to start the day. 24/24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. Carve the place out for us, because no one was a vibe. Finally a show to love. Fuck it, we'll do it live. It's not lonely at the top, 'cause everyone's right here. For us there's no hard stop. Forever in your ear. 24/24 gives me life. No other way to start the day. 24/24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. Copy me, I know you will. I do it first every time. Your shit is stale, no one cares, but he's gonna shine. I'm just a baby. Your dad loves me more. I say what everyone is thinking. Typical forever heart. 24/24 gives me life. No other way to start the day. 24/24 makes it right. We don't care what they say. No more repos, mama got a bag. I do what I please and do it with ease. Number one show in all the land. Haters listen longer. Everyone say hi to Jim. Let's lock in. It's time to ride. Pack Ford over everybody. Now, 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 now. 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 Love for my besties and bunnies.
Have I been muted the whole time? I'm just asking for a friend. Have I been muted the whole time? Absolutely no sound. Love that for me. Welcome to 24 on 24. I'm your host, Jessica Machado. Can you imagine that there are people that live out in the world that hear me say this is the number one show on the land, go on somebody else's show and be like, oh my God, this bitch, she thinks her show is the number one show in all of the land. Why? Why do you think that? Why do you think I'm being serious? I know I don't get the college degrees like all of the other people out here, but you do realize that I have a little bit of common sense. Why would I say that and think that to be true? At a bare minimum, we live in New England. We live in Massachusetts. There's some fucking shows out here that men can't fucking do without every morning, including my husband. You think Jeff is listening to this show right now? Absolutely not. He's patiently awaiting the return of Coco to the morning show after she had her baby. Shout out Santo. All right. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Welcome to my show. This is 24 on 24. It's the second day of our studio rebrand summer edition. We are no longer in a car edition. I recognized this yesterday. Usually by the time I get to speaking to you, I have spoken to many people. I have spoken to Georgia. I've spoken to the lady at Society. I've done some stuff. I haven't talked to anybody today. I haven't talked to anybody yesterday in the morning. So my voice is kind of scratchy and weird. And it takes a little while to warm up. But the good thing is we have a lot to get over, lot to get under. No, we have a lot to get through today. Over, under, through, it doesn't make a difference. I don't know if anybody can hear that. That's a coffee from Society. I did get up this morning and go. It does feel weird to be there and not have you with me. I apologize. I'm sorry you may have FOMO. The new batch of emojis that dropped is ridiculous. They're hysterical. There are new TT emojis, but those, what? Why are my dogs barking? Is this what happens when I'm not here? Okay, I cheated on you. Let me apologize. I did. I went to Society without you, but it's not even the same because Derek's not there. Don't worry about it. We have a lot to get over. Some things happened overnight that we're going to have to get to. I see the chat is saying, did anybody hear Valerie on Beast Boy last night? As a matter of fact, I did. Did anybody hear Nurse Kim's cold open last night? As a matter of fact, I did. We have some things that we're going to need to talk about. Thank God we're in front of a laptop because I actually would like to talk about it and share it. I guess we're good. If we can't beat them, we're going to join them. We are actually going to share streams on our show this morning, something I normally wouldn't do, but fuck it. Let's do it live. Let's just fucking do it. If you have not followed both of those people, please do that. You should already have been following Kimberly. But there's a couple other people that you want to listen to. I'm going to show you and share it to you, and we'll get to all of that in a minute. One of the things that we used to do on the radio for WBSM, I started my show every Saturday morning. Well, one thing is we always started it with a song. And I remember when they called me and they said, hey, you're going to need like a song in the beginning. I was like, I don't know. What's that going to be? I have no idea. I ended up picking Freedom by George Michael, Freedom, that song, because it was one of my favorite songs in the 90s because it had all the supermodels in it. Oh, hold on one second. Hold on. Hey, you narcissistic sociopath bitch. You didn't get to subscriber only to me today, huh? I didn't even know you but I'll tell you one thing. What you're doing is not how you make friends at all. I actually beg to differ. Dakota Girl 11111. I beg to differ because in case you haven't figured it out, this is very friendly here. I have lots of friends. And I had a meet and greet and like 75 people came, which is so crazy. They all came to hang out with my husband and me. Also, we used to have somebody on this channel that always used caps. And for the longest time, I would overlook it because she claim to be a supporter, and everybody would text me and say, it stresses me out when the person uses the you know what I mean? And I would say, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. Let her do it. But now she's cooking in the chats everywhere else. And we don't allow we're banning the user in their comments. Farewell, my dear friend. And you're right. I didn't put on the 20-minute subscriber mode thing. I'm sorry. I'm busy. Back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by that twat. We used to start our show on Saturday with a song. And before we did anything else, I used to stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Now, I understand for some of you who hate America, this is going to be difficult for you to get through. Okay? My show, my rules. So I love the United States more than anything. When I shit talk people about languages and stuff like that, it's not because like I'm racist. It's because I just love America so much. I just love America. I love my country. It's the best country in the world. And so we're going to start every show with the pledge. Now that we're not driving, this is what we used to do. So I'm going to stand. I'm going to say, if you are at home, please stand. If you are driving, please drive responsibly. But we are going to start every show by standing and saying the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's fucking go. All right. So we had an agenda. Let me tell you what the agenda was. The pledge, check. Cold open by Nurse Kim. We're going to need to bring that up. Second, Cyberchick literally hates everyone. Some people are wondering why I am so angry and so mad at Cyberchick. And it's the deception and the deceit. People who weren't close to me, who have changed their minds on me, who are like, I was never really a fan, but like Team Broken Baker now or whatever. I'm sorry, Team Doughboy now or whatever, right? That doesn't sting. That doesn't hurt. What does hurt is someone who sought me out after waiting in the weeds for a long time and finally softened me up and got me to say, sure, come on, join me. Let me help you. And then during the partnership, which it was a partnership, talk shit about everybody and tried to provoke me into talking shit about people. And then finally, when I'm just tired of it and she crosses a line, which as a mod, she shouldn't, and I call her out on it, but still, and privately do it, by the way, and still am kind, she now flips on me and now is going on some sort of whore tour where she's talking about like what a terrible person I am and getting all of these people to jump on. So it stings because it's like particularly deceptive and cruel. And I wrote her that email and I shared it with all of you. But yesterday, she went on a show and apparently Aiden now, right? Can we just be clear on something? Never take what Aiden is saying as face value when it comes to this whole thing. He's like, yeah, Cyberchick was messaging me and I realized I wasn't listening to her. The reason is you weren't listening to her because you didn't care about her at all whatsoever. And now you can use her in your subtle hate towards me, which just came out of nowhere, which is fine. I went back through my text messages with Cyberchick, and Cyberchick had some not nice things to say about you as well, Aiden. As a matter of fact, Cyberchick talks shit about absolutely everybody in her text messages. Ray from Dallas, the Glarer, Aiden, everybody. And I didn't realize it. I went back and I started looking at these messages and I was like, oh, wait a second. Because if you don't remember, recently she was on her show or someone's show and she was talking shit about Kim. I don't know. She was saying I talk shit about Kim. And Kimberly, because she is a angel on the internet and in real life, messaged me directly and said, Jessica Lynn, I would like to speak to you about these comments that this blue glass wearing whore said about you and me. And I want to come to you first. And I said, Kimberly, thank you so much for being a normal human adult. And thank you for coming to me. Allow me to take a moment to go through my text messages and pull up all of the conversations I had with this fucking geriatric bitch about you and send them over to you. And she was like, I thank you for your kindness. So I went through and just scrolled through all my messages and found the ones pertaining to Kimberly, which clearly set the record straight, sent those over to Nurse Kim. And Nurse Kim was essentially, thank you so much for telling me. She's lying. I appreciate these receipts. And by the way, you're welcome. You're welcome. So I didn't really like go into the messages, but in light of this woman's whore tour, I was like, well, let's pull this up. Let's talk. Now, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about Nurse Kim's cold open. We have to get to Beast Boy. That will be played as well, because I actually watched some of that, and then I got tired and I didn't finish. And I woke up to messages and said, we saw you in the chat on Beast Boy. Did you stay till the end? And I said, I didn't. And they said Val was on. And I was like, the Val? And they're like, Val. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? And they were like, he fucking wiped the floor with her. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? I literally opened my phone. I started listening, and then it got a little late. So I was like, we're just going to finish watching it together. But what I heard so far, holy fucking shit. Refreshing. What a novel idea for somebody to come in, have no idea, listen to this woman, call me a racist, and then literally be told, like, what do you mean that why would that be racist? Right? I haven't finished it. We're going to listen to it together. So we have a lot of stuff to get to today. Okay. But we are going to start with Cyberchick's messages. Now, remember I said I'm going to download these and we're going to share them on the screen. I can't. This is an older phone. I have been in the position, unfortunately, of fucking screenshotting everything, and it's taking me forever. I am going to get this done today, but in the meantime, because this is primarily an audio podcast, I'm going to read some of the messages to you where she speaks about other people. It wasn't just Kimberly. It was others, and it was completely unprovoked. One of the things you're going to recognize in these messages when I do put them all up for you, which I promised you I will, and I promise I will. One of the most interesting observations I know you are going to partake in is every time somebody else is discussed, it is brought up by this woman. We are actually not even in conversations. It is unprovoked. It comes out of nowhere. Sometimes it's the first text of the day. She is a shit stir. And we're going to share some of those text messages today. So let's get to it. So the very first person that she ever shit on was actually Ray from Dallas. I get a text message from her on Friday, December 12th at 9:57 p.m. And she says, cybersecurity alarms going off. Ray doesn't go on camera. Huge red flag. He could be an 80-year-old granny, LOL. Hashtag sus as fuck. And I went crazy. And she goes, just makes me nervous. And I said, yeah. And she goes, he has more subs than me. What the fuck? That's going to be a common thread woven through all of this. She's obsessed with people, their channels, how many more views. So right out of the gate, has an issue with Ray from fucking Dallas. And by the way, this was, I believe, because he had Jen Altman on. Okay. So everybody was kind of watching him because of the Jen Altman shit or Lindsay thing that he did against me. But here she goes saying he's got more subs than me. LOL. I don't respond to that. She goes, well, ha ha ha. At least you're never a train wreck. Jesus. So she's suspicious of him. She's saying he's a red flag, and she's calling him a train wreck. Okay. And I say, what a total disaster. And in regards to Jen Altman, or I don't remember who was on, she sounds more drunk by the minute. The next time I hear from her, the very next time, 2 days later, she starts going to talk about Aiden. Sunday, December 14th, 8:12 p.m. I'm sure you've seen, but Aiden called Meredith last night. Jesus, he is a train wreck! Exclamation point, exclamation point. And then she goes, and I don't respond. She goes, and that Betterow is off his case because he is sleeping with Lindsay. Hope it's wrong. And I don't respond. And she goes, reporting live from my couch and fireplace. And I go, LOL. So now the second conversation, this is before I ever made her a mod. She shit on Ray from Dallas to me. And then the next time she texts me, she's talking about Aiden and calling him a train wreck. You know what my response to that was? I just wanted to let you know that I thought about it and I would like to add you as a mod. No need for the room compensation. Use the platform to get some recognition for your channel. You know how I run things, so just stick to that and follow Lauren's lead. Thank you for being such a wonderful supporter of my work. This bitch is in my text messages, shitting all over Ray for Dallas, calling Aiden a train wreck. And I respond, you know what? I'm going to put that aside. Let's just join the team. And she goes, well, keep in mind, I'm not a journalist. And I said, it's okay. I'll add you in the morning. And then she goes, thank you. I'm adding more episodes this week. So great timing. And yes, take the fucking room. If not now, in the future, I will not use my points. And she was offering me compensation for the trade and giving me her points at a Marriott in Newport. I never took it. The next day, she goes after Amanda from Law Girls. Okay. So the first day, keep in mind, the first day she goes from Ray for Dallas. The day after that, she goes for Aiden. And the day after that, she's now going off on Amanda. Okay. Hot take because I'm not working today. I stumbled onto Law Girls Catfish show and what the fuck. I met Amanda and her daughter at Kim's coffee event that had about 10 people there. Amanda was trashy, and honestly, who brings their 15-year-old daughter to Aiden's wine event? It gave me icky vibes. Okay, so this is now the third content creator in as many days that somebody who I have never met before, who has found me asking to be a mod on my channel, is coming at and shitting all over these people. She goes, FYI, she is just trying to become relevant. She called into Turtle Boy's show a couple of weeks ago and embarrassed herself. He wasn't impressed. I responded, I jumped in to see what was going on, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Now, I'm going to play this. I sent her a voice memo. I don't remember what it is. We're just going to cold call it.
So when I met Amanda, like same vibes, like you're saying, but in trial 2, she told me that they were homeless and they had nowhere to live. And there was just some stuff going on there. I remember like it was a day where I was at the courthouse and a lot of like my followers were bringing me food and things because it was an all day thing. You know how everybody like kind of took care of us when we were there. And they were at my table and I offered them some of the food that was there, and the daughter like ate everything that was there. And I was like, this is kind of sad. So I held back a lot in the chat, and she wants to go after me because I think she's trying to monetize and she's trying to get the views, and that's a way she thinks it would work. But yeah, I'm not happy about her. I've never said a bad word about her. You know what I mean? But she's trying to get the views. It's just very strange. So unfortunately, just explain.
So now when no one's looking behind the scenes, I've got this fucking crazy fucking blue glass wearing bitch chatting up to me, shitting all over Amanda. And how do I respond? I'm like, this is what I know. This is what I believe to be true. I'm not going to go at her. It's sad. So then she pivots and she goes, oh, thanks for sharing. I'll refrain from commenting. I had no idea. Good reminder, we have no idea what people are dealing with, but maybe put her in school. Oops, I guess that was judgy. And I went, seriously, I agree. And I said, I really could have laid into her there, but she's already down bad. And this bitch goes, and she has no views. So this is the woman you people are trying to platform. Which is it? You have me, who is like, this is a woman who is down bad. She was homeless. They had no money. They had no food. And I'm being kind and nice to her. And you got this fucking cunt coming out here getting platformed by all of you people, Megan Fox, Turtle Boy. This is what she's really like behind the scenes. This is really what it's like. This is who she is. A day after this, she sends me a message, reminder, wrench me. The same day, because she is watching all of you. She is watching everything. This is day 4. Watching Jimmy's members only. You came up. Jimmy stood up for you, but you can tell he aligns closely with Aiden. Don't trust the glarer. This is the 4th day of this woman and I communicating. Okay. If you're keeping track, this is Tuesday, December 16th. So let's keep this. Like, are we going? Ready? The first person she talked for, Ray for Dallas. The second person on the second day she talked about, I even forgot now. Hold on. I've got to scroll back up. I'm looking. Stand by. That's Ray from Dallas. Aiden. Amanda. Day 4, she mentions Jimmy and says the glarer, don't trust the glarer. And then sends screenshots of the glarer in the chat, which I think is actually kind of ironic. And this is funny. I'm assuming this was around the time or discussion, perhaps, of the Karen audio. Glarer comments, it's better to be accurate with information than to be the first with it. That's all I'll say about that. Whatever. That was Tuesday, December 16th. Now, let's move on, everybody who is loving Cheryl. Wednesday, December 17th. We are on day 5. Now, by the way, this is all unsolicited. This is nothing coming from me. I'm not texting her or anything like that. The next day, she sends a screenshot of Nurse Kim's comment. Hold on, we got to plug this in. She sends me a screenshot at 8:35 a.m. of Nurse Kim's comment. And it's Kimberly in a chat on my own show where Kim is talking about the flip audio. And Kimberly saying, Jess, you screwed me on the flip audio and sat back and watched me be blamed as a source for weeks. It sucks you didn't say people shouldn't call my job over nothing. You just think I should log off. This was at a very critical time for Kim and I. Things were very fragile. And here she is in the chats, screenshotting everything and then sending it to me so I would react. And I respond, thank you. I really didn't know. Then again, she's like, oh, reminder, toss me a wrench. Then we go through. Okay, so now where are we at? It's Ray for Dallas, Aiden, Amanda, Glarer, and now Kim. I say, here, I sent you a wrench. Can you check? She says, yes. I said, great. I said, thanks for doing this. Tonight, just block any trolls. And she goes, thank you. I'm just looking to grow. I won't be power hungry. Sure. And then we scroll down. I had a crazy show. I don't know what was going on that night. I said, thank you. She goes, emotions are so high. I said, I know, it will pass. She goes, my opinion, Nurse Kim and the Glarer don't take a stand. You do. I like that better. Some people don't. I hate on the fence. Good luck. Thursday, December 18th. We are about 1 week out from when this bitch first messaged me. Kim alert, new post about you. I didn't even respond. She's basically watching everything and sending it over to get me to get mad at everybody. This was never clear when it was happening. It is so clear now. Thursday, December 18th. So we are about a week. FYI, Turtle Boy is a no-show for his sex club. I don't know why I report this shit to you, but I want to. LOL. Tell me to stop at any point. It's a weird loyalty I'm not comfortable with, meaning to me. Now, on this day, I had spoken with him. I said, I spoke with him earlier. He is not doing well. And she goes, I'm sorry to hear that, but he brings it on himself. And then she sends screenshots of sex cult, which you are not supposed to do. And she sends a bunch of screenshots to me about the chat, and I'm not responding. And she goes, the chat is going insane. He just started 2 hours late. Wow, he looks exhausted. He really misses Meredith. It's bizarre. He is so sad. And I was like, is he saying that? And she goes, yes, he said it's sad, not like other trolls. He had something with her. It's weird. And she sends multiple screenshots from inside Turtle Club to me. And I'm not responding to her because I'm like, I know you're not supposed to do that. And she's sending all of the screenshots of the chat that are getting mad at Aiden for feeling sad about Meredith. So I don't remember exactly what would happen. I'm sure Aiden would, but he was down bad. He started 2 hours late. I remember even texting Erica because I knew he was having a bad day. And this fucking bitch is taking all the screenshots of everybody going at him and saying stuff like, you know, you're wrong about why are you feeling bad? And she's sending that to me. And I finally respond to her after like 6 messages. And I go, it isn't her he misses. It's who he hoped she was. And she responds, I think he is codependent on anyone. Okay. I'm just like, whatever. The next day, there's something going on my show. And she texts me, she goes, Olivia is in the chat. And I said, well, I wish I had seen this. I'm so mortified. And she goes, yes, she was being aggressive. You shouldn't be. The bunnies had your back. And I was like, Olivia was being aggressive? And she goes, well, just a little, maybe defensive is a better word. And she sent screenshots of what Olivia was saying, which, by the way, wasn't aggressive at all. And it wasn't mean. It was just her in the chat. But she's a shit stirrer. And she fucking wants to create a narrative about a bunch of fucking people and lies about everything. So she sent screenshots and she goes, sorry, not aggressive. Monday, December 22nd, again, unprovoked message. Listening to Ray is so awful. Is he illiterate? And then she goes, okay, I'm 27 minutes in. You have nothing to worry about. They all sound like idiots. Nothing big is going on in the chat. And I just said, I refuse, meaning like I refuse to listen. I'm not watching. She goes, it's a big nothing burger. And I said, someone just texted me and said she would never say I'm a bad mother. Oh, I think this was the Jen Altman thing. She goes, yes, her and Ray were complimenting your mothering. Honestly, it's dumb. Then she goes, it's done. I took the names of people in the chat talking smack. She is all air, doesn't sound very intelligent. And I just asked, was the whole show about me? She goes, yes, she is done. He is still rambling. Erica Walsh said nothing. Dumpster Juice is insane. Jessica NB1 is on my shit list. I said, a whole show about me. I mean, that is pretty impressive. She goes, exactly. I lost brain cells. And then she goes, I'm thinking of doing a live tomorrow, keeping us safe from old mares out there. I need to teach about cyber safety. I didn't respond to her because I didn't really ever fucking care. Tuesday, December 23rd. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm saying that part. She goes, I had a goal of reaching 500 subs in 2 months. I reached it tonight because of you and Rat House Media. Thank you. I know that is so small, but it's huge to me. I love you. Congratulations, I said. Keep plugging along and it will build. Your perspective is interesting to many people. That's code word for you're stupid and your show sucks, but some people really like it. She goes, I'm in Rat House and they honestly lower my blood pressure. I went, right? Because I used to say they were my comfort show. Saturday, December 27th. We are literally 2.5 weeks into my partnership with Cyberchick. Hope your daughter is feeling better. I'm going to leave this person's name out. Sent me an email with Ray from Dallas pics. She didn't have your cell phone number. I told her to send them to you and gave her your info. Just an FYI. I won't do anything with the email. Not my thing. Hope you have a great day. She forwarded me Rayford Dallas's picture of who Rayford Dallas was or something like that. I never even saw the email. I never saw it, but apparently she sent it to me. Just in case you all got her as a mod, this may be a red flag for you, just so you know. She said, "Good morning. Just a suggestion. Can you start a group text with all the mods? Shoot us a note when you do an impromptu live. Also, a place for us to communicate if we have a question." That is something she's going to really want with you. Tuesday, December 30th. Every time you give me a shout out, I gain so many subs. I'm at 596, almost 600. Thank you for lifting me up. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. I'm just a whore who gets the views from you. My sisters are joining me tonight for Salty Sisters. We may adopt you. I spoke about you on my live yesterday, blah, 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 blah. Here I am. What a fucking dumb bitch. You will keep growing. Please send me the link and I will share and jump in the chat. Look at me. Look at me. Okay, we're going to keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down. Now we are on December 31st. Okay, bitchy take of 2025. I started off as a big Nurse Kim fan. Went to her coffee event with 12 people. Listening now, and it is painful. She seems so fake. Thank you for being real. And then I don't respond. And she goes, I never get annoyed when you talk. LOL, this is rough. Maybe it's a me issue. I just put a sad emoji. I said, I really can't figure out what went wrong with her and I, even before the whole Karen Aiden audio. And Cyberchick responds, she is fake. I said, she 100% ignored my email and it bothered me. She lied about it. And there are only 2 girls in this community, so I had hoped it would be better. This is me just like, I'm down about the Kim thing. Like, I really just, it bothered me. We weren't getting anywhere. It was bad blood. And I'm just kind of like, not even venting, but I'm just, after being provoked by her, I'm just saying a couple things. And she's like shitting all over. She's like, exactly. There should have been a huge collaboration. 12 people at her event, LOL. I'll tell you about it sometime. Law girl and her daughter and me, LOL. And I said, that's my fear for an event. No one shows. And she goes, I can't listen to her live. And that makes me sad. And then I apologized because I felt bad for her. And I was like, and by 2 women I met in the Free Karen Reed community. You're a part of this too. And she goes, oh, no worries. She goes, I'm not insulted. I'm new. I want to separate from Free Karen Reed, honestly. Kim triggered me. I went back to Rat House. I don't respond. And she comes back and she goes, okay, honestly, everyone is boring except you, LOL. It's the chaos. I love it. Ha ha ha. Going night night. Happy New Year. Thank you for all you do. Now, this is midnight or close to midnight on New Year's Eve. And if you remember, after this text message, Jimmy convinced me to go on Nurse Kim's show and we kind of made some progress. She wakes up at 8:16 in the morning, recognizing she had been shitting all over Nurse Kim to me for 3 weeks. And here's me on Kim's channel kind of trying to get things going, right? And she wakes up right away and she goes, just listen to you on Nurse Kim. Sparkly heart emoji, sparkly heart emoji. You did a good thing. That is Cyberchick recognizing that she's been shitting all over Kim. And now I have, like a regular, normal human being, tried to work through my issues with Kim, and she's like backtracking because she's scared, right? I said, well, Jimmy called me and suggested a truce. And she goes, well, that's good karma for the new year. Talking about you in the Horizon Social chart on the AJ spaces. They are also invested in your chart. I didn't respond. Sunday, January 4th, she's listening to Meredith's live from last night. She dedicated her intro song to you. Congratulations. I didn't respond to that. And I know that this is taking some time, but because Nurse Kim is like catching strays from this woman, right? And people still are platforming her, and she's joining these shows, and people like Aiden are just like, yeah, no, I ignored her for so long. Let me bring her on. Like, just let me at least give you the information of the kind of person that you're platforming out of hatred for me, or you want to get at me. That's fine. It's been almost a month, 4 weeks of bullshit and people coming at me, and I'm still here doing the same shit. Maybe it's been an up and down. Maybe I've had some bad fucking days, but we are fucking back on track. We're doing the same shit. And that's going to continue no matter what. So if you think it's all worth it to platform somebody who behind the scenes and in real life is an absolute fucking cunt, go right ahead. But everybody here listening is going to be able to hear exactly who this woman is. Monday, January 5th. Sorry, I posted the troll account. A member asked me for the name. I know better. I don't even know what she's talking about. I had no idea they were coming at you so hard. I don't follow. Tighten up your circle. Maybe only email besties, no cell phones. I'll keep an eye on the motherfuckers. I want to know who they are. You are crushing it. And then she goes, if I had to guess, this account is Meredith or MFL Pink Lady. Stupid lady. I said, no worries at all. Hard to say. The person obviously listens to my 24 and 24 and posts in the moment, and Meredith works. So this is some account on X that while I'm live streaming was posting about me. And she was suggesting it was Meredith. And I was like, well, Meredith's at work. It can't be Meredith. And she goes, does she though? She posts all day. I listen at work. I said, Aiden and I talked earlier and he thinks it's Meredith and not Jen Altman. I don't know what to think. And, she goes, she seems really out of control. Reading her tweets about Jimmy, she is so mean. It's the same vibe. Whatever. Again, these are not things that I'm concerned about or going to her about. She is coming to me. And by the way, she is going to do the same thing to any of you. Any of you that you put her in as a mod, she is going to start weaseling her way in and doing this shit. If she hasn't already, she probably already has. It's her way of trying to, like, if I were a weak woman, insecure, her tactics would have worked on me. But as you can see, and as you read when these are uploaded, it never worked on me because I'm not bothered by people and people aren't my competition. I'm my competition. But these tactics are her trying to endear herself to me, befriend me, and get herself into some sort of like lock in with me so she can build herself, make money, and build her platform. How old is this woman? AARP qualified. I am at almost 700 subs. I went live twice since we chatted. I had tech issues today. I worked through it. I realized today you are the only creator I have ever heard promoting a mod. You aren't threatened. That's so amazing. Thank you. You lift me up. You truly lift me up. Sparkly heart emoji ×3. Thank you. I didn't respond. Over 700. I asked Jimmy's chat to sub. So she went into Jimmy's fucking chat and asked everybody to sub just to push her over the fucking 700 mark. Fucking trash. She sends me a screenshot on Sunday, January 11th of LTL and a screenshot of something he posted. And she goes, we have hacks in our group. Mods are trying to scrub them. So somebody in the Bestieverse was sharing stuff with other people, blah, 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 blah. I needed a clip for something where I asked her, this is a mod. Okay. I didn't have any of the people around me that I have right now. I wanted a clip of the part of my show where I said MLP was in the chat. She had changed her opinion, was anti-Aiden, pro-Meredith, and the chat was going hard at her. And I was like, everybody needs to calm down and everybody needs to let her just give her opinion. We're not going to oust her from here just because she has a different opinion. And I asked her if she could do it for me. And she gave me like some excuse. Oh, I'll do it later. I have my nieces. I'm going to go down, blah, 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 blah. She sent me away. She couldn't do it. It was like I had already gotten the clip like 10 times over by the time she finally got it to me. And that was that. Then she sent me some sort of thing about cybersecurity. Monday, January 12th. Do you communicate with Noodles Mama? I have a concern. And I was like, Amy does, Funeral Lady does, because she's a mod. I don't. She goes, I hate this crap. Yep, I'm speaking with Amy now. I never found out what that was about. She clearly had an issue with Noodles Mama. Yes, the Noodles Mama. Then this fake profile laughs last is going at her. And she goes, they keep coming at me. Any idea who it is? Jen, I'm ignoring. I said, no idea. Tuesday, January 13th. We are less than 1 month. We are around 1 month that I've been in a conversation with this woman. She sends an unprovoked text at 7:30 p.m. Stats. Lawyer you know has 513,000 subs and 2,800 views on the Uvalde trial. 24 on 24 drive home from trial, 2,100. Hearing 3,200. But you only have 9,000 subs. The math isn't mathing, but wow. LOL, we need to get you more subs. It's so telling. And I said, it's odd to me. She goes, we've got to get the people viewing to sub. I will start suggesting it. Look at me, not even caring. I never even cared about the subs. I never cared about anything, just doing my thing. And this woman was more obsessed with my views and other people's views and their subs than I ever was. Then she sent me a screenshot or 3 screenshots of the mod chat. And I never even looked at it. Stand by. I'm just scrolling through. She is in the chat of somebody's show. Oh, this is JFK. And she's in the chat. And she's saying, I'm doing Lord's work. I had a long day of fighting cybercrime. This is fun. And she's like commenting on the thing. I ignored it. Like, I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? I don't fucking care. Friday, January 16th, Jen Altman is requesting Facebook membership in the group. It's everything. I said, just let her in. And she goes, oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. I just want to scroll through some of this stuff. Then I was live. I lost my service. She's texting me and she's going, while you're out, when you're down, can I just go live? And I'll tell everybody in the chat I'm going live. And I was like, yeah, sure. Go ahead. They're like, I don't fucking care. I'm busy. Like, I can't get my service back up. So she's like, oh my God, I'm live and impromptu. I love your bunnies. 80. Let us know when you're coming back. And then I don't respond. And she goes, oh my God, I have 105 people watching. Like, you care, but I'm so excited. Like, I was live. I lost my signal. She was like, I'll just tell everybody I'll take over. I was like, sure, of course, go ahead, take over. And she's so fucking excited. Love my bunnies, because she was getting 100 views at one time. I said, I'm not going to be able to go live. Can you just let everyone know I will see them Monday? And she goes, yes. I said, also, Nurse Kim is live again on a Saturday. And she goes, uh-huh. I said, so there's that. And she goes, interesting. This is after getting in my head that Nurse Kim is like trying to get me. And by the way, there's multiple phone calls in between here because she didn't want to write things in chats that she wanted to shit all over people. And it's all she did. She goes, okay, I got 140 people to hang with me, gave them an update, told them you were in jail, LOL. I wasn't showered, no makeup. I said, ha, keep going, bestie. She goes, listening to Kim, risky for me to put in writing, but I don't care. I try to like her. She seems fake. I'll keep trying. I love your bunnies. We watched Rat House Media watching the fundraiser. It was fun. This fucking bitch. Like, I couldn't go live. I send my followers to her show. She gets 100 viewers. And she's like, I love your followers. No shit. No shit you fucking love them. Now you hate them? They were good for you then, though, right, Cheryl? Got it. By the way, don't text anything negative, she says. That this is a telltale sign right here. And I'm sure if you're texting her, any one of you that are platforming this woman, she's doing the same thing. Don't text me anything negative. Don't text me anything. Let me talk the negative shit. She was talking about Nurse Kim there. Saturday, January 17th, we are just over 1 month of communicating with this woman. Unprovoked message. Okay, I feel stupid mentioning this because I'm such a small channel, but I have so much respect for you. Broken Baker and I have been talking about doing another stream on my channel this time. He suggested Monday at 9 a.m. because it's Martin Luther King Day. I don't want to interfere with your 24 and 24, which I know is crazy because, hello, I'm small. I wouldn't want to be disrespectful. So I'm checking in on protocol. It's all new to me. Please let me know if it's rude. Not rude at all. You're growing. Great opportunity for you. They're not posted for you to read yet because they're taking forever because I have to screenshot them, but I am going to do that today. Saturday, January 17th. Patrick Ford enters the chat. Halfway through Nurse Kim, drama. One of her mods, Patrick, posted in the chat that Turtle Boy was in recovery for a heroin addiction. The chat went crazy, but Kim doesn't read the chat. So they started sending her super chats. She quietly put him in timeout and said, oh, Patrick is a comedian. And the thing is, the chat is upset and she hasn't even addressed it. I'm going to finish tomorrow to see if she addresses it, but that's the problem. Hit that shit head on. Last text, you had me dig into Jen's life. I didn't, but like I told her like nothing about Jen Altman. And she's trying to say that there's a burner account that she believes is Jen Altman. And I went, she's back on X, and she goes, it seems so. Replied under one of these accounts. She's a cunt. And then she sends me the screenshot of the account again. I said, listen, I'm not sure that's her. She goes, interesting. Not enough posts to confirm. It is someone close enough to know I joined her Facebook page when I started a YouTube channel the same month as you. Or maybe I joined in August. Who knows? Blah, blah, fucking blah. Just more screenshots, more chats, more screenshots, more chats. I missed Kathy's chats and Erica was upset. I did time her out. They are out in full force for a Sunday. I was cooking, so not on top of it today, but it's fine. People should ignore. I sent Erica a DM. Apparently, there was a lady in my chat that was shitting all over Erica Walsh, and Cyberchick didn't fucking delete it, and Erica got pissed because Cyberchick is bullshitting and lying and saying she happened to be busy. The woman who literally watches every single comment, every single stream, just so happened to be busy at the one time this woman was in there shitting all over Erica Walsh, and she let it stay. And Erica Walsh called us out on it, and she backtracked and apologized to me. Fuck you. Wednesday, January 21st, 3:30 p.m. Can you ask Aiden, how can he support Jen Altman, please? Like, I guess Aiden was still friends with Altman at the time. She hadn't, like, gotten her Turtle Boy derangement syndrome yet. Great job. Fabulous interview. Your mic was muffled. I can test it with you tomorrow. And then she gave me some recommendations about streaming, my camera. Looks like Jen Altman deleted her ex. Sorry, don't have your new number. And I ignored her. Buckle in for this one. You should go live. People are hating Nurse Kim KMS live. Crush them. LOL. Now, this is Kim's stream after the stream where Pat Ford was being a fucking menace. Okay, so Pat Ford was in the chat. Kim was ignoring it. People were like, who's this fucking guy going at Aiden Carney, giving Kim a hard time? And according to Cyberchick, Kim didn't tackle it head on. She just ignored it. So she ended up doing another stream, and it kind of got out of control. And I was mentioned in that stream, I believe, for something or whatever. So I was watching it. But here this woman is on Sunday, January 25th, unprovoked, okay? Unprovoked, messaging me and telling me I should go live. People are hating the Nurse Kim KMS live. Crush them, she says. I said, I am watching, and I'm texting Kane at the same time. Kane, I think it was Kane that probably sent me the live stream. Of course it was. Then she sends me a screenshot, and I don't care. I'll drop who this is. Does anybody know who this is? Actually, Kristen at 04SureJan is the account. That person sent her a message and said, tell Jess to go live. I don't like the Nurse Kim YouTube. And Cyberchick responded to this woman saying, she sent me the screenshot of this woman texting her, telling me to go and go live. Look at me responding like a good fucking bitch. We can't poach views. It's not right. Believe me, I'm pissed. And I was pissed because I was mentioned in this. And she goes, I always doubted Nurse K. Yes, you can. And I'm going, no. I said, we did it right. We introduced Kane. We explained everything. She goes, people ask me all day when you were going live. Just casually hop on. Ha, 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 ha. Like, I don't know if anybody understands this. And I don't know why people aren't seeing this for exactly what it is. Like, this isn't me reading the text. This is my commentary on this. This is fucking me being a good person to someone I don't even have a good relationship with, Nurse Kim at the time. This is me recognizing that it is not okay to go live when somebody else is live and having a moment. And this fucking bitch is in my ear, chirping in my ear, telling me, get on, go live, get on, crush her, get on, crush her. And I said, no, we can't do that. We can't poach views. And she goes, of course you can. This is an ethics character issue. While this woman is getting fucking passed around like a dirty whore on a porn set, she is getting elevated. I'm back here and I'm going, go ahead. Go ahead. This is the kind of person you people are fucking elevating. And I said, I cooked all day and the kids don't want to be live. They're downstairs with me all day, which was fact. While she's out here watching these shows and causing trouble, I'm in my fucking kitchen, cooking at my kitchen counter with my kids around me. We don't want the computer on. We don't need to fucking be live. You fucking go live. She goes, oh, yay, great day. And I said, I think it's rough to see people ask if that is Kim's husband. She goes, so these guys hate Kane? I don't like them. She goes, I thought it was. He is cute. And I said, well, she announced her divorce 2 weeks ago. And she goes, oh my God, what? And I said, yes. And she goes, I thought she was in a long marriage. Jesus. I said, she was. She just left him. So she goes, so who is he? LOL. And she goes, oh, how sad. I said, well, she's with Montante now. And she asked who he was. I said, he's from the Kirk Minahan show. She goes, oh, well, hello, Jesus, ha, ha, ha. She goes, it's making sense now. I said, I didn't know either. Jimmy told me. She goes, see, something didn't sit right with me. LOL, you don't have to comment. Those were my spidey senses. And I said, I laughed emojis. So she goes, so is this how she tells her people that she is with him? Oh my God, so shitty. And I said, well, the chat is definitely confused. She goes, is Montante his last name? I don't even know these people. And I was like, yes, Mike. And she goes, I'm struggling that her teenage girls will see this. And I don't respond. She goes, oh, the chat is eating her up. I don't respond. Can we get Mr. Nurse Kim in the divorce? I don't respond. She goes, and why aren't all these men watching football? Okay, I'm done. And I said, this is wild. She goes, last comment. She usually looks gorgeous. Not tonight. Not in a bitchy way. It's just strange. Okay, everybody good? Everybody need a break? It's been an hour of reading these text messages. We may go longer than 10:30, 11 today. Monday, January 26th. Permission to ask Kane if I can mod for him. Do you see what she does? Do you see what she's doing? So I find Kane through Menners. Kane comes on my show. Kane has his own channel. And she is asking me if she can ask Kane if she can mod for him. She goes, LOL, I'm crying. I'm yours first, but I think he has great potential. And I'm like, you don't fucking have to ask me permission. I'm like, you don't need to ask me permission. She goes, I know, but I'm weirdly loyal to you. LOL, not in a stalker way. I said, no worries. I appreciate you asking. Strange that all this is her. Strange that all of this KMS fans knew about Mike and Nurse Kim, but none of her members. I really don't want to care, but it's very strange vibes. And then she goes, upon further review, I'll wait and watch some more, but damn, I like him. Kane. I'm just skipping over. She goes, people are asking for your Venmo. Would you like me to pin it? I said, okay, yes. Thank you. Thank you for all you have done to help. She goes, just finished your show. Congratulations. You inspire so many people. And I go, yay, 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 yay. Wednesday, January 29th, she sends a screenshot of Nurse Kim's show. And she goes, awesome show. Loved hearing from everyone. Is it just a coincidence that Nurse Kim has this live after you do again? You don't have to answer. So here I am, not paying attention to Kim, not paying attention to when Kimberly does a live, but here she is chirping in my ear again. And she's like, look, here's a screenshot. Kim's going live right after you go live. And I ignore her. Thursday, January 29th, Wow, Kim is shitting hard on Kane. Are you watching? This seems directed at you. Don't comment. And I said, the comments on her Sunday live are enough for me. And I was referencing that there were people in the Sunday live that were like defending me and being kind to me about the Kane Nurse Kim thing. So I just responded, the comments on her Sunday live were enough for me. She goes, Jesus, I've been worried I caused shit, but I'm not worried now. I'm pissed. Fuck her. And I guess Kim at that point was saying, I would love to have Cyberchick on my show. And I said, oh, now she wants you on. And she goes, what the fuck? She goes, she's such a bitch. Acted all nice at the beginning towards me and roasted me. Yay, you torched a 930 sub channel, Kim. Wow, but not surprised. I called this. Don't comment. I said, I did comment. I said, I'm all set with this energy. Best way I can explain it is Kim and I were already fragile to begin with. She goes, I feel bad for you. I don't want to do anything to hurt your group. And I responded, I went on Kane's show. He went on mine. And now all of a sudden, Kim is doing the same shit and letting them sling shots at me and my followers. Like if Jimmy did this, fine, but it's Kim. By the way, just so everybody knows, I sent all of these messages to Kimberly. She has seen them. And she goes, she is a phony. I only deal with authentic people, even if they are flawed. It's bullshit. Then this is where Cyberchick starts going crazy because she went on a live stream and she talked about Kim's divorce. And she talked about it and Kim was like, you're a liar. And she is losing her fucking mind. She's losing her mind. She's investigating. She's going crazy. She sends over something and she goes, it's kind of confusing. I said, apparently she said it on her members only. Like I'm trying to like tell her like, this is where we're at. She goes, at the end of the video, it's Menners saying that it's all public. It's all over Instagram. And I said, yes. And I was just basically saying like, it is well known in the KMS community that Kim is with Montante. She goes, I'm pissed that I cried over her show. It's so stupid. I felt humiliated, but I didn't do anything wrong. I hate her. I said, I know how these things can feel, but you're strong enough to get past it. It means nothing. They have no power. So wake up tomorrow over it. So Kim did a show and was basically calling out Cyberchick because Cyberchick did a show talking about Kim's divorce. And Kim was like, you don't know what you're talking about. And the whole thing here is that Cyberchick wouldn't let this go. She was so upset about it all. And she just would not let it go. She felt that Kim had lied to her audience. She wanted to get to the bottom of it. And she said, so I'll back it up. I said, I know how these things can feel. So when you have like online conflict with creators, little did I know. I said, but you're strong enough to get past it. It means nothing. They have no power. Just wake up tomorrow over it. And she goes, or counter her. Maybe I have some shit to say, but maybe I won't. I'm not one to just sit back. I'm going to sleep on it. Thank you. Get some sleep. The next day, she calls me. And I said, listen, this is very simple. I can look this up. If her divorce is actually there, it's easy. You can find it on mass courts. Like if you feel the need, you need to authenticate this or whatever, go right ahead. So she tells me, I looked, I can't find it. I said, I will look it up for you. And I told Kimberly this, like, I will look it up for her. So she sends me her name. She sends me where she lives and she tells me what court she thinks it's at. And I don't remember if I actually looked it up. I don't remember. I never responded to her. But I believe at some point it was corrected that Cheryl or Cyberchick was saying Nurse Kim just got a divorce. And basically Kim was like, this is old news. Like I got a divorce a while ago and you don't know what you're fucking talking about. And she now has been corrected publicly. Okay. She's been corrected publicly about it. I can't remember. And Kim would probably know, but I think it was Kim like came out and said, like, this is old news. Like, I'm not getting a divorce. I got a divorce. And at this point, I can tell you that I was already very privy to what Cyberchick was about. This whole Nurse Kim thing really made me see a side of her that I hadn't recognized, was always there, but I saw it, which was she was very conniving. She's a big shit stirrer. And the wanting to dig around on Kim and using me to do that when Kim and I were already in a very fragile state with our own situation. She wanted to like further ruin what Kim and I had so that like Kim and I would be not connected and she and I could like pile on Nurse Kim. The go live when Kim was live thing was very telling for me. You know, I responded to her thankfully, which was like, we're not doing that. But like, I'm not an idiot. You know what I mean? I saw that this person was encouraging me to do that. And it's dirty, dirty fucking shit that I would never, ever fucking partake in. So I think Kim corrected it. And on that day or that afternoon, Kim and I talked. That was the phone conversation Kim and I had where we really got to the nitty gritty of everything that had been going on. I actually think it's going to be a very memorable conversation for me for a very long time, because I recognized in that conversation that Kim was somebody that I really, really liked. As a person, I saw parts of her personality I never got to see on fucking shows or even whatever, or in chats or anything. And I think we just talked as two women and I really, really liked her. I really liked her. And I really liked how we like peeled through that whole thing. And I'm not even going to get into the details of it because I don't actually share everything, but that was a very it changed a lot of things for me, that phone call. And I've always been very honest and open in saying, I am very thankful she pressured me to have that call. She was like, let's talk. And I think my normal style of dealing with stuff is we shut down. We say people are dead to us. We hold grudges. And believe me, I believe most of the people that I have that issue with are not deserving of a phone call. And I don't really fucking care. But I always felt that Kim and I started off on the wrong foot and not by our own accord. And I wanted to at least get past that and then see if there was something there. And that phone call was a wonderful phone call. I'll never forget it. And I'm proud of us for like what we did in that call. Right after that call, Cyberchick texted me. She knew that we were going to talk because she was calling me about this day, about everything that was going on with her. But in the meantime, Kim had said, like, let's talk. So she knew. So at 1:35, she's like, how did your chat go? And I didn't respond to her. And she's like, I'm thinking I'm going to apologize on a live later today. So she was already corrected. Kim already fucking schooled her on it publicly and was like, I've been divorced. So now she is backtracking and she's trying to handle a very embarrassing situation, right? And I don't respond to her. At this point, having talked to Kim, like it's Kim over Cyberchick any day, right? So I'm just dealing with this woman, but like I'm in my fucking love era with Kim right after this phone call. I don't fucking care. So I don't respond to her. She messages me 2 hours later and she goes, let me know if there is a reason not to go live. Like she wants to know so badly what happened in my phone call between Kim and I. She's texting me again. Like she's sitting at home and it is just like getting to her. Like Kim and I were on the phone. She knew it. She had fucked up. She had been chirping in my ear about Kim for a month. And now Kim and I are actually talking and she's losing her mind. Texts me 2 times in a span of 2.5 hours. Finally, at 4:30, I respond to her and I say, we spoke for an hour. I said, there were some things that I was unaware of, which I asked her about and she cleared up. And she goes, all she wants to know, did you end on good terms? And I said, yes. And she goes, good. I said, we had to go back to the beginning. She goes, I'll apologize for saying she is getting a divorce when she clearly isn't. And I said, I had to force her to tell me why she didn't respond to my emails. And she gives it a thumbs up. And I say, I would not do a live about it. If you're going to apologize, perhaps do it privately. I said, and the issue is that she is already divorced and has been for months. And this bitch goes, I'm still in a fuck her mode. And I said, so I guess her saying she wasn't getting one was actually accurate. And she goes, that's cute, but yeah. And I said, we talked about the next step. And I said, I would leave that up to her. Now Cyberchick is reeling. Now she's reeling. She doesn't know how to handle it. Kim and I are patching things up despite her best fucking attempts to burn Kim and I to the ground with each other, chirping in my ear, giving me all the shit, sending me these screenshots, telling me Kim is going on live deliberately to fucking poach my views, trying to get me to poach her views, talking shit about her. And I fucking didn't give into it. I fucking didn't give into it. This is the kind of woman that you people are fucking dealing with. This is a real thing between Kim and I, okay? A real thing. And this woman had been undermining it the whole fucking time. She's nuts. I would not put it past her that she is bot accounts. She's fake accounts, getting into chats, making this case, trying to drive wedges between Kim and I for months. It's fucking disgusting. Saturday, January 31st, she sends me a 1K exclamation point, I love you. And it's a screenshot of her channel with 1,000 subscribers. And I say, yay, yay, yay. Monday, February 22nd, she is still obsessed with Kim. You were very classy today with Nurse Kim. Great job. I reserve the right to be suspicious. If she starts a morning show, it will be telling. I've noticed more content creators doing it now after seeing your success. Just saying. Don't respond. So here again, she is obsessed with Kim. Kim and I are healing. She's like, I'm still going to be suspicious. If she starts a morning show, it's going to be fucking, it's very telling. Blah, blah, blah. I don't even fucking respond. We're getting closer to the end here already because I've already figured out what this fucking bitch is about. Friday, February 6th, 2 updates. Free Saint Turtle Boy is giving the dress back. Her kid did the chat. I don't even know what that's about. Saturday, February 7th, FYI, Amanda Law Girl published another article about you today. Wacko. And I said, is there a paywall? And she goes, yeah, but you can see the first paragraph. Do you want me to send it to you? I said, found it. She goes, stupid. She is obsessed. I don't respond. Saturday, February 7th, she goes, Turtle Boy show about Ray for Dallas is wild. I don't fucking respond. Sunday, February 8th, she's getting a message from Kane asking, will you come on Kane's Corner tomorrow? It's all right, Kane. We get it. It's all right, Kane. You're forgiven. And I said, he's harmless. She goes, I'm so suspicious. Maybe we will bond over small YouTube channels. See her obsession with being small and other people being big. And then Monday, February 9th, Jenny deactivated again on Twitter. And I went, Altman? And she goes, yup, she's not on X anymore. I don't care. I don't pay attention. Tuesday, February 10th, I'm definitely going to be a different guest. I don't even know what she's talking about. I ignore her. Tuesday, February 10th, he had me on to gossip. He should have prepped. He picked the wrong girl. I send her a message about adding a new mod. Shout out to Sammy's mom. I'm just reading. This is just stuff. How come you freeze when you share? February 20th. Don't comment. Just an FYI. Nurse Kim and Betterow is being rescheduled for a Saturday show tomorrow at 8 a.m. And I went, oh, again? And this was Kim had done 2 back-to-back Saturday shows, which is when I had a show. But Cyberchick knows that. And so she's baiting me with it. And I wouldn't have even known, but she sent it to me. She goes, and you are 100% better than Nurse Kim. I like authentic. She goes, the hockey is playing on Sunday. I don't think it's malicious, but it's an FYI. That is your time. No drama, just an FYI, and you are way better. I don't respond. She keeps asking me if it's Kristen is blocked. She keeps emailing me. I don't even know who that is. Now she's talking about doing, look at me. She goes, ever do a live and feel blah after? Like no one cared about that one. I'm sure you feel that all the time, fucking Cyberchick, but no, I never fucking feel that way. She goes, I don't usually feel that way, but I did one today. I just felt like sharing. So look at her. She does a live. Nobody cared. Nobody was watching. Let me go back and take a peek. Let me go see exactly what one it is. Let's see how many views she got on that one while we're here and we're doing this. This is taking up too much time, but I'm locking in for a long show today. Hold on. You may have to catch this on the replay. This is my last show of June. Let's go look at the show from Sunday, March 1st. Let's go see how many views. So March 1st, let's see, is this one? Let's take it. What's the date on this one? Hold on, relax. Where do I see the date on these? How can I see the date on it? That's April 9th. So it's not that one. Hold on. We got to keep going back. So we need March 1st. So let's go to let's try this one. Hold on. Let's see. What's the date on this one? March 16th. We're getting closer. Hold on. We might. Hold on. This one was March 11th. Hold on. I just want to see what happened on this day. Let's see. Is it this one? I bet it's this one. Nope, March 6th. I'm just curious. Sorry. March 3rd. We're getting closer. Oh, did she delete it? Maybe she deleted it. Huh. I just wanted to see how many views she actually got on that one. And I know this is distracting and it's not good content for you, but found it. So she did a show on March 1st. She got 160 views. Okay. 160 views. All right. So she got 160 views. Great. She says she feels bad. Do you feel like no one cared about that one? I don't usually feel that way, but it did today. Just felt like sharing. And because at this point, no matter what, I'm still a good person. I say, remember, it is just sometimes showing up, sharing content. It adds to your catalog, and at a minimum, it's practice. Not every show will feel great. You did not deserve that. You didn't deserve that, Cheryl. You didn't deserve me taking time out of my day to lift you up and push you through because you're such a fucking piece of shit. Everything you did in these text messages was to cause division, to cause me to hate, to goat me, to make people go against each other, to compete with each other. When I was living blissfully in a state of not competing with anybody but myself, you didn't fucking deserve those nice comments, you piece of shit. She sends a screenshot on Monday, March 2nd. It's actually, I never even noticed this. It's Jessica Walsh, her Hot and Bravo account, posting, LOL, imagine thinking I won't just fly to Denmark. Someone let Broken Baker know I'll be there shortly since he's too petty and stubborn to answer the phone like a human. And it's a screenshot of the Broken Baker saying his posts are protected. I don't even respond, but it looks to me like Cyberchick was very much aware of the discord between Broken Baker and Jessica Walsh before I was. Someone said she seemed drunk on Lacey's show last night. I didn't watch. Live, laugh, and lawsuit is good. She was taking on a troll, not you. I didn't respond. She sends a YouTube show and she goes, Pat Ford is in the chat. She's obsessed with Pat Ford. Then she sends me a screenshot of Jessica Walsh saying she said she created. Did you see the chat today when you mentioned Baker? Jessica Walsh created a second account to go into Baker's chat today. I'm not usually in his chat, but people send it to me. You probably get them as well, but just in case, I never got them, just an FYI. Crazy. All right, let me just keep going. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, Wednesday, March 11th. I just got monetized. And I was like, yay, so exciting. Wednesday, March 11th. Let me just get my list out because now we add another person, Purple Kool-Aid Drinker. Out of nowhere, she goes, Purple Kool-Aid Drinker is calling you out on his live. Now, this is the show where he was saying shit about me and my homeowners association. I don't know what I was bitching about. What was I bitching about? Something. Oh, the box truck on Jameson Sousa's property. See what I mean? Cyberchick knows everything. She's watching everything. So on this random day, I'm not paying attention. I'm not watching Purple Kool-Aid Drinker because I don't watch shows, not because it's him. And he started calling me out on the show. So now I remember I'm sitting at home. I get this text message from her. It's 6:30 at night. She goes, Purple Kool-Aid Drinker is calling you out in his live. Hop on. He called you a liberal Nazi. And I went, LOL. Still didn't get on. Now she's goading me. She goes, that's funny. She goes, funeral lady has your back in the chat. And I'm like, I'm not getting involved in this. I'm not doing it. Right now, everybody will know this is the show where I came on Paul's show and I started like getting at him. Right. This is why I wasn't even watching. I wasn't paying attention. She literally was goading me and trying to get me to get on. Next message, I don't respond. The next message I get from her, she goes, shots fired. He hopes you back off after hearing his words. Jesus. Has he even met you? And I said, wait, is he serious? Because now you've got me. Now you're telling me he's saying shots fired. He hopes that you back off after hearing his words. And now I'm like, wait, is he serious? And she goes, I thought he was kidding, but his tone is serious. It might be a shtick, but I don't listen, so I can't tell. She goes, is he like sarcastic? I just can't tell. I don't love it, but maybe it could be me. And I'm like, what? And she goes, yep, he's going to be doing a purple 24 on 24 daily to recap your show. I went, what? And she goes, he must be kidding, honestly. She goes, nope, he's definitely serious about a purple 24 and 24 recap of Jess's show. And I was like, daily? And she goes, that's what he said. And that point, I jumped on. At that point, after her texting me and baiting me and telling me he was shots fired and he was doing all this stuff. Now, I have to admit, and I've never admit this before, I wasn't listening to everything he was saying before I jumped on. Okay? I think this is important because this thing kind of hangs out there like, oh, she went at Purple Kool-Aid Drinker as well. I wasn't watching. I wasn't paying attention. And I got all these texts from her and I trusted what she was saying and I jumped in. Every text she sent me was like, shots fired. I just read it to you. Shots fired. He's baiting you. His tone is serious. It's yep, nope, he's not kidding. He's definitely serious. And right after this, and I'll share this with you. Right after this, I said, like, daily? And she goes, that's what he said. She goes, maybe kidding? I jumped right on. Right after that last message from her, I jumped right on the show. I got on his show and I was mad because everything she had told me was he was being serious. So I jumped on the fucking show. I yelled at him. We got into a huge thing. All of this shit happens. I hang up. I think we kind of mended it at the end and he was still being nice to me. And as soon as I got off, do you know what she fucking texted me? Boom. Well done. She fucking baited me. Now, listen, I cannot say that that woman controlled me. It was my decision. It was my decision to call. It was my decision to go on and say everything I said. But she fucking alerted me to it, told me about it, misrepresented it, baited me, agitated me, encouraged me, and I fucking took the bait. I fucking jumped on. I went on a rant. And then when I was done, she was like, boom, well fucking done. It's not an excuse. I wasn't listening. I should have listened. After everything that happened with Kim, I should have known better. I don't even know what kind of headspace I was like on that day, but I just wanted everybody to know, like, this is where we were at. Okay. And when I was reading these text messages yesterday, I guess my only thing is if someone could get that to Paul. And I don't know if I still have his number, or maybe I will, but I didn't even remember it until I read it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't even realize like how easily I took that bait and how I did that to Paul. You know what I mean? And I thought I was in enemy territory. I thought I was defending myself against a bunch of shit that wasn't true. I was trusting a mod of mine, and it was wrong for me to do that. And looking back on the show, because afterwards I watched it, it didn't make sense. You know what I mean? That I came in so hard, because he wasn't being that way. But she made it that way. And I will share that screenshot, that whole back and forth. I give myself some grace. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, I just want people to know, like, I don't know. There's just some fucking shit. And this was pretty much the end of my relationship with her. I responded to her saying, I went, ha, ha, ha. But I didn't feel good about that thing with Paul. I recognize there were a lot of people that like Paul and were mad at me. I'm not even saying Paul's show was my cup of tea, because I think he went exceptionally hard on some shit. And I thought he was just being a mouthpiece for Aiden, to be honest with you. But to watch her like go boom, well done. And the gratification she felt after baiting me on that, and to see that happen is just fucked up. And it was the next day or the day after that where shit went down or the week after, where our shit went down in the chat, and that's it. Paul is purple Kool-Aid drinker. So that's my text messages with her. I'm not going to go into the part about what happened the day of the show. I'm actually going to do that tomorrow. We're going to play it, and we'll talk about it. And the interaction I had with her about how she was managing my show. But the day that so it was a week after this, after the purple Kool-Aid event, a week after that was the day that she was in my chat, and she was saying, this is a safe space. Let's be kind to people with different opinions. We were talking about the migrant crisis. I was already at wit's end with her. There was a history there. People don't understand that. These new YouTubers that are, new to this environment, I'm not saying new, but have their channels, who are coming in, they're thinking they have a grasp and an understanding of what happened with Cyberchick. Cyberchick is not being authentic. She's not telling the truth. These people are saying, I can't believe Jess banned you from her show. That wasn't even the case at all. But I was already at wit's end. And I would hope that people who are platforming her, that are content creators, and that care about not only their channels, but about their fans and their followers in the chat, they would care that a menace like Cyberchick can disrupt the harmony of a show or a following so subtly, and it could make such a problem for you. And I suspect that it would eventually happen. It'll happen to you, Megan. It'll happen to you, Jolene. It'll happen to you, Aiden. It'll happen to anybody that platforms her, because the reality of who she is, the kind of person she is, it is talentless. She has no talent, and she can't hold a show, but she wants one so desperately. And she will do anything to gain views, gain subscribers, and be accepted at the cost of any of you. And I just want to let you know that while you're platforming her and you're getting the views now, and it's adding to the pylon that's with me, there is a truth about who this person is and what she did to me. And the reason I'm so upset about it is because of my kindness that I extended to her from the get. And I was so green, and I didn't know. And Cheryl, Cyberchick Cheryl, blazed the path for all future mods. That's why all my mods are people that I've grown up with now. They're all people that I know in real life. These people are putting your channels and your community that you built for yourself at risk by allowing this woman to even be a part of it. All she cares about is drama and causing friction and disruption and getting people to hate each other so she can feel relevant. And she's disgusting. And I don't know who she is in real life, but I think she should just go back there. Because she's not contributing anything but fucking drama. And I'm going to let her go on and not going to say another word. I'm not saying let her go on. She can do whatever she wants and you guys can platform her and Aiden can take her under his wing and show her that attention that he, you know, didn't give her, but now he needs to just to get me. It doesn't get me that you guys are doing this, just so you know. It doesn't get me. It shows me that she's an opportunist and she's going to create conflict to get herself ahead or to feel wanted. So good fucking luck. But we're coming from a place of knowledge with this woman. The other thing that I will mention is the day that I shut my show down because she made those comments, which I always felt were rooted in politics. I had a conversation with her. I shut my show down immediately so that I didn't go any further publicly. And I'm sure one of the mods or one of my, you know, team can find that clip. I was so distracted by it and I was worried I was going to say something that would embarrass her. I shut my show down. I never shut down 24 on 24. I shut it the fuck down. I pulled over in a parking lot and I called her. She was crying. She was apologizing. She said she was embarrassed. She said she would never be able to go into the chat again. She said she understood if I took her off as a mod. And again, I showed her kindness. Again, I told her it's okay. It's not a big deal. It was a mistake. It's nothing we can't get over. I'm not going to de-wrench you. Please stay. And she's like, are you sure? And I said, yes. And I said, it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. It's no big deal. It's not a big deal. We'll smooth it over. She never came back. Never came back. Never talked to her again. Never talked to her again out of embarrassment. The problem with these people and everybody that's having a hard time with the shit I say is they have massive fragile egos, fly. And they can't handle it. So that's it. I just wanted to share. I am going to try. I have to screenshot these, upload them to Google Doc, and then I'll publish them so you guys can see. But I think the besties, and I'm sorry it took so long to get to it, but I think the besties deserved, especially those who support Paul. His channel has been gone for a while now, but am I publicly apologizing to Paul? I think I already said something about it at some other point. I can't remember. I know Paul and I were okay. I think he and I actually texted at some point after that, but publicly, I shouldn't have taken the bait. And it bothers me to see how easily swayed I was in that text message, that this woman was just goading me and I fucking took the bait and jumped on and laid into him and I shouldn't have done it. So I wanted to apologize for that. All right, let's get into it. Thanks for joining me. We have two starred things. Let's get to them. We have a new member here. That's wonderful. Yesterday, we were close to 1,000. It's so funny. I posted yesterday. I was like, oh, we're almost at 1,000 members. And my friend Kathy was like, bitch, you've got 9,000. I was like, no. Members are different. Members are paying members and subscribers are just people that subscribe for free. And she was like, oh, well, what does 1,000 members mean? And I was like, that means $5,000 a month. That's what that means for people that pay attention. Magda gifted 5 Jess Machado memberships. We're probably very close to 1,000. Thank you guys very much for that. All right, let's get to, we are going to play Beast Boy's conversation with Valerie. So stick with me while I share that screen. After that, we're going to open up the phone lines again. I thought that was a great part of the show yesterday. I went on a little bit too long, but it's very reminiscent of the radio days. I think we should have callers actually every day, in my opinion. So no calls yet, but let's go and pull up this. Give me 1 second. While we are waiting.
Who can send a text message full of hot demands? Pretend he's so strong with the words he sends. The doughboy can. The doughboy can. me for all my gifts in front of all of his friends. The dope boy can. The dope boy can. Who can play pretend online, tell you he's in love, use you up and shut you out right when he's had enough. Ooh, the dope boy can. The dope boy can. Apologize to him because that's just what he needs. Bow at his feet and beg, no fleshlights please. Who can tell a lie and then a couple more? Paddle his way into your heart. You're just a crazy whore. The dope boy can. It's the dope boy can.
I can't tell you how many times I played that song yesterday. I am obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. It's so fucking good, dude. It's so good. It's just like, you want to destroy me. You want to go after me. You want to do a stream, a Four Loko stream while you're drunk, and you want to shit all over me and call me a bitch for fucking 1,000 times because I fucking made a joke about you. Fine. We are going to joke about you for the rest of our fucking days, dude. That song is going to play every single one of my episodes. It is going to end. It is the outro song for life. Okay. And then what are you going to do? You want to keep going at me? Keep tracking of my lost subs. Okay. Take me all down to 5,000 subs. Take me down to 1,000 subs. Take me down to 5 subs. And guess what? I am still going to end every live stream with that song. Do you understand? This is a futile attempt to derail me. It doesn't matter. I will actually live stream that song 24 fucking hours a day. Wait a second. Wait. Wait a second. Could I do that? Could I just live stream this song 24 hours a day on my platform? Can you have it one more time? You degenerates. Absolutely.
Who can send a text message full of hot demands? Pretend he's so strong with the words he sends. The dope boy can. The dope boy can. Who can open up my box using his thick man hands? Thank me for all my gifts in front of all of his friends. The dope boy can. The dope boy can. Who can play pretend online, tell you he's in love, use you up and shut you out right when he's had enough. The dope boy can. The dope boy can. Apologize to him because that's just what he needs. Bow at his feet and beg, no fleshlights please. Who can tell a lie and then a couple more? Paddle his way into your heart. You're just a crazy whore. The dope boy can. It's the dope boy can.
All righty. We can't we can't do this forever. Okay. So just please, we can't. All right. So we've got to share a screen. Let me work on that. Right now, we're going to go to Industry Exposed. So Industry Exposed, there's a crazy notion that I sought this person out. Not true. This person has been around for a long time. He has a couple of channels. One, Industry Exposed, has around 16,000 followers. He has another channel. I have the note written down some here of what he has. And apparently this guy knows Will DeGlaire from back in the day. And there's a whole history there. And someone, I have no idea. I mean, I could figure it out if I go back through my messages, but someone sent me his stream and was like, this guy knows everything about Glare. Now, because Glare has gone after me and started this whole like fucking petty shit about me, it caught this guy's attention. I did not, I mean, on my children, I did not seek this person out. I did not know he existed. These people are finding me. I'm Will's target. So people who don't like Will naturally are going to come at me. The same way that the day after Aiden and I had that exit interview, Meredith texted me, Jen Altman texted me. People that don't like Aiden are going to come to me. So people who don't like Will are going to come to me. This is like the natural progression out in the wild. What do you want from me? It's how it works. I can assure you, I don't look for these people. I don't need to, right? If the text messages between Cyberchick and I don't show you, I remain unbothered pretty much 99% of the time. So this guy is kind of shifted his focus from normally wherever it is back to Will DeGlaire. He has a long history with him and other content creators who Will has no longer have any relationship with. He's got all the tea. He really doesn't like Will. And he's back on his radar. And so Beast Boy Industry Exposed is back. So he's been doing a ton of live streams. And at a minimum, I appreciate that there's someone out here who is like listening and giving another side to things. It can get very suffocating when the pile-on is happening and people are out here like, you know what I mean? Like just going crazy. And I mean, listen, I'll take anybody willing to come out and support me that I can get right now because it's tough, right? It's tough out here. I don't need it, but if somebody is coming out and supporting me or saying nice things about me, it's at a wonderful time. So I appreciate it more than anything. And to come out and say that you have a certain way you feel about me and it's not what everybody else is thinking, that's very hard to do right now because then you'll become a target. And it's why I appreciate what Nurse Kim did last week. We're going to get to Nurse Kim's cold open after this, but nobody has to do it. I don't need anybody to do it. And I wouldn't wish what's happening to me on anybody. So just stay safe out there, I guess. But this motherfucker doesn't care. So he's been doing his shows about the glare. But last night, our favorite non-African-American, Valerie, decided to get on the chat and have a conversation with him. And I am hearing it was everything. I've heard some of it in the beginning, but we're going to listen to it and we're going to talk about it. So let's share a screen. Okay. And so let's open it up and let's play it together. Oops, maybe not.
Why is it not working? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
These people are such haters. Okay, first of all, they don't even want to let me come and speak, right? Can you imagine? Like, what is their beef with me that they hate me so much they don't even want me to come up and talk? Like, we can't even have a conversation? I think that's crazy. That's crazy.
It seems like a lot of people are saying that you lie a lot or
Well,
have thrown
but
accusations.
look at but so I don't really know who you are, but it appears that you're somebody that's supporting Jess Machado at this time. Is that correct? Am I right about that?
So right then and there,
Supporting how?
right then and there, that's all that Valerie cares about here. She wants to distinguish whether or not you are exactly what I just said earlier. Do you support Jessica or do you not support her? Because out here, in these streets, you're either on one side or you're not. Valerie, if you haven't learned anything, there is a secret third dimension, and it is people that support me, but they just don't say it. Or maybe people who are going along with shit, but they're not really against me. Just remember, there's always a third dimension.
As in not jumping on a dog pound?
Well, I mean, she was in your chat. She was buying memberships. So you're kind of like,
I don't understand why all of a sudden buying memberships is problematic. Every single solitary person who has a YouTube channel and platform depends on memberships. They depend on super chats. And it is now being weaponized in this conversation where, like, I'm giving him money. I do it to anybody I like. And he is out here doing work, and I want to support him so that he will keep doing the work that he's doing. And I think giving him some chats and some memberships is great. And I have done it before, and it's not just to him. And the way that she talks about it is crazy. Just start your own channel, Valerie. We know you want to.
you know, supporting her bunions and bunnies are up in here. Correct?
So
Because
she
there's
supports you?
there's no other reason as to why these people hate me other than Jess Machado.
I'm sure there's bunnies in here. How you guys doing? Shout out
I
to
mean,
the
like,
bunnies.
because I don't even
What's up, Beast Boy?
know you. So, like, how could anybody else in your chat hate me if they don't even know me? It's these are bunnies.
Let me ask the chat, since we can be interactive here. Am I the reason why you don't like Valerie? I assumed everybody liked Valerie. I mean, hated Valerie before me. Like, am I wrong about this? Okay, great. I'm already seeing it. Perfect. People hated her long before she went about me. Exactly. Thank you.
Hate me. They don't want me to come up. This
Well,
is
there's a
all
good
Jess
chance they
Machado.
probably seen you on another stream. I don't think
No,
everyone
this is
that
not.
watches me only watches
I
me.
guarantee
I'm
if
sure
you did a
they-
poll right now, they would probably lie. If you did a poll right now, guaranteed these are all Jess Machado fans.
So what? So what? Why does that even bother you? So let me just stop you right here. Here's a guy, he's doing a stream, and she's like, I guarantee these are all Jess Machado fans. What's the actual problem with that, Valerie? What do you care? Since when does it have to be fair?
100%.
A lot of people are either saying they don't know you or they don't hate you, but that's
Okay.
like irrelevant. I wanted to speak to you, or at least give you the opportunity to speak on some of the things that you were referring to in chat. Like, let's get straight to the nitty gritty.
Oh, yeah. So, yes, let's get down to it. Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
How's Jess racist?
Oh, many ways. Many ways. So, I mean, I picked up on her racism from day one. People were defending her, saying she's not racist. Even Aiden Turtle Boy was saying she's not racist. She's very much racist.
Get to it. Get to it.
In many ways. I mean,
How's
just
Jess racist?
just recently, she was driving in her car and she came to a, I don't know if she was at at a stop and there was another car coming and she was like not a fucking Haitian. You know what? Of course, it's a fucking Haitian Amazon worker, right? Right? That's fucking racist. That's racist as fuck. She's she wanted to say the N-word on Jimmy's show.
Time out. We go on one at a time, right? So I could be able to actually respond to the things you're saying. I don't think what you just said, if that did happen, that means that someone's automatically racist.
Okay, so I'll give you another example.
So, first example, you come right out of the gate. You want to say that I'm racist. This black man is hosting you, and he listens to your first example, and he's like, I don't think that means that somebody is racist. And she can't counter it. She can't say anything about it. He doesn't have enough context about it, so he doesn't have anything to go off of. And she has nothing, so she just moves on. We can pause right here just so you know. The reason I said this is because of the tens of thousands of Haitians that came to Massachusetts illegally during the Biden administration. Many of them are Amazon drivers. Many of them have been able to get expedited driver's licenses without ever taking a road lesson. and work for a company where they are in neighborhoods delivering and don't know the rules of the road. They don't know the laws of the land. They are green. They know nothing. And they were pushed to Amazon to work because number one, Amazon needed workers. And number two, they get cheap labor. I know this because I investigated one of the hotels and Amazon had a fucking center set up inside the hotel. So when the migrants got there, they went over and they applied for jobs with them. This isn't racist. This is fact-based reporting, Valerie. And I have a problem with it because time and time again, if you watch the news, Valerie, we see illegal immigrants who have come here and had licenses given to them with no training, with no road lessons, and they get into fucking terrible accidents and fucking kill people. Okay? So my information is not based on race. I don't care if it's fucking aliens that are fucking coming here. I don't care if it's fucking Portuguese people. I don't care if it's anybody. It's fucking people that are being pushed into our state and getting special privileges at the detriment to everybody else. I don't want to get into the politics of it, but this guy doesn't even know any of that. And he's like, I still don't see this as racist. She has nothing to go on. And so she pivots automatically to my next favorite one.
Her and her husband were in the kitchen one day and her husband was like, oh, I can't breathe. And she was like, oh, okay, George Floyd. Do you think that's racist?
No.
Why not?
Why so? Is she not allowed
You
to
don't
say
think
George
that you don't
Floyd's
think
name?
that's fucked up to mock a man that was killed?
Okay. So this man, this man goes, no. And instead of finishing her statements about being racist, she changed it. And she goes, well, you don't think that that's fucked up? Is it fucked up or is it racist? You can love George Floyd. It sounds to me like you would like a mural of him painted on your house, Valerie. You're offended by it. You don't like that I made the joke, but it's not racist, right? It's not racist.
By police,
Well,
murdered
that
by
would be a
a police
different
officer,
discussion.
and because
That
he
would be-
can't breathe and
okay.
say, "Okay, George Floyd," you think that's normal
Maybe it isn't normal, but it's not racist.
to say
You
that?
just asked 3 different questions just now. I don't know if you realized. First, you asked if it was racist. Then you asked if it was normal afterwards. Then I think the second one was like something along the lines of
Offensive.
if it was morally right. Not
Right.
the exact words, though.
Right.
All right. Well,
Well,
yeah, all
along those
three. So,
lines.
you can answer all three then.
Those
Thank
are
you.
different. Is it racist? I don't think so. Not necessarily. I don't think you can call someone racist for making a joke. Or dare mentioning George Floyd's name like he's like Jesus or something. I don't think that makes anyone racist.
Well, I don't think
At all.
she was saying that. I don't think anybody's saying that he's Jesus, but to say like, to make a joke like, if her husband is saying he can't breathe and she's like, okay, George Floyd. I mean, I don't know. I don't get that.
Someone who became well known and famous for saying that they couldn't breathe.
Okay. All right. So
I very rarely fangirl over people on the internet. I think it's just coming at such a peculiar time for me to hear this man very calmly, succinctly levy these death blows to Valerie. It's just amazing. I mean, it's not racist, and he knows it's not, and he's
anyway, so next. So
just so you're clear, we're 0 for 2.
She was on a show and she wanted to say the N-word and she was looking for the chat to give her permission to say the word on this show. And I simply asked, is it racist? Like, why are you trying to say this word?
I was trying to sing a song. One of my favorite songs. I want to be able to sing it. And I didn't know if it was okay to sing it or it wasn't even that. I wanted to post the song, Valerie. You're not even right. I wanted to post the song. And I didn't know if it was okay because the majority of the song has the N-word in it. Okay?
On somebody else, not even on your show, on somebody else's show. So she saw my comment and she was like, is it racist? She was like, you know what, Val hates me. Let's ask Val. Val's black. First of all, she knows that I'm not black.
No, I didn't. I had you blocked. I don't know that you're not black. How do I know?
And so why would you say, let's ask Val, she's black? Because I'm clearly not black. And she knows I'm not black. So then she made it, well, I didn't know Val wasn't black. I wasn't saying that because I think Val is, I wasn't saying that to hurt her feelings. It wasn't out of hate. I honestly didn't know that Val wasn't black. And then she proceeded to go on every one of her shows and say, oh, is that the lady I said was black? Is that the lady I said, like, she just does.
So she's making a mistake in thinking you were black makes her racist?
She wasn't making she knew I wasn't black.
No, I didn't, Valerie. No, I fucking didn't. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no fucking idea. I had no idea. None of the one small picture I saw on the internet of you, it was fucking colored. Like, I have no fucking idea. You sound black. You sound black.
And she made that comment.
All right. Even if that was the case, how is that racist exactly?
So that you don't think that's stereotypical to say?
So it's not that it's racist, it's stereotypical. Maybe, but stereotyping isn't racism.
Let's ask this person, she's black, knowing that she's not, knowing that I'm not, because of the way I speak. Or if I have an accent, a New York accent, so from her, even though she doesn't.
I ain't gonna front. I just had to zoom in. I thought you was black this whole time.
Oh my God. Clip it and inject it into my motherfucking veins. This man straight up is like, wait, you're not black?
I had to zoom into your pictures just now. Oh,
okay, well, my picture is on my social media. So I mean, well, it's small here, but
yeah, like if someone doesn't know you, I don't think it's fair to like judge them too harshly for not knowing what race you were.
But she knew I wasn't. That's the point.
No, I didn't. That isn't the point. It isn't the point at all. You can't make this whole thing about that, Valerie, when I really didn't know. I have no idea what you are. And this man, who is a black man, has been talking to you for 5 minutes and he also thought you were black. So I don't even need to say anything anymore. I'm going to need that clipped, that 5-second clip, and I'm just going to drop that everywhere all the time. Add it to my fucking outro.
That I'm trying to make, and you're not getting that. She knew I was not black. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Even if she knew you was not black, I still don't think it's racist for her to have said that. I don't think that made her racist at all.
Okay, well, so maybe it's not a racist thing to say, but it's just her behavior.
But the thing, Valerie, is that you are perpetuating the statement that I am a racist. You say it everywhere. You say it in chats. You say it online. You say it when you're live. You started this by saying I'm a racist. And this man is literally dog walking you right now and showing you that your emotions, your predisposed notions towards me, your feelings about me are literally going over facts, which is that I am not a fucking racist. And he is destroying you. He's destroying you.
All the time. That just, I mean, like there's so many other things. Like she said the convenience store that she goes to buy stuff at, she's upset that other people from other cultures go there because they're ruining the convenience store.
So let's talk about that, Valerie. What I really said was, and there's several articles written about this that I read, which is why I have this opinion. The death of the American corner store is a real thing. And if Valerie had any bit of intelligence, she would understand my point of view on this. But the fact that she's extracting from a bigger conversation how I feel about this, I do feel strongly about this. I feel that the corner store owned by people who live in our community is a benchmark in American society and neighborhoods. It is a place where people met. I grew up with a corner store. I walked to it. It was safe. It was with people we knew. And currently, right now, many of the convenience stores or the neighborhood stores are owned by people who are not from this country. Okay. And they are the reason why we have things like glass pipes and gummies and drug paraphernalia, all at the front of your convenience store counters, rolling papers, Bitcoin machines, that the only thing Bitcoin machines do is scam elderly people out of their money. Nobody in this world is buying Bitcoin at a fucking ATM machine at the store at the corner from me. Do you understand that, Valerie? Do you understand that there are communities that are actually putting in bylaws that there can't be Bitcoin machines in these locations anymore because they are scamming people of tens of thousands of dollars of their fucking hard-earned money? Do you even have any idea of what's happened in Somerset? Do you understand that when somebody goes to a Bitcoin machine after being prompted by a phone call to put tens of thousands of dollars in, that these store owners are calling people and saying they're here, and the minute the person leaves, a car pulls up and withdraws the money? Do you have any fucking idea what's going on in your community? I don't know if you live in Massachusetts, but you should start Googling Bitcoin machines and all of the communities that are starting to eradicate them, because nobody is using them for what people think their intended purpose is. It's to steal from mostly elderly people. And if you remember, I wrote a whole article about something called Feel Free, this small little blue bottle of this crazy energy drink that people were becoming so addicted to that they were selling things and spending thousands of dollars on, because it goes in these stores right at the counter, shown to anybody and saying, oh, look, it's a really healthy energy drink. It's ruining fucking people's lives. Do these people who own these stores care at all about the people here? And the sons and the daughters who are teenagers walking in and buying the shit? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Do they care anything about this community? They don't even live here. They don't own homes here. I know exactly who owns my convenience store right at the corner. He lives in Florida. It's a company that is owned by someone who has no ties to our community. Don't get me fucking started. It's not racism. It's about community. It's about what these people are doing. It's about putting things in front of our kids. You can't send your kid to the corner store anymore because it's probably going to be the first time he ever sees a fucking glass pipe. Shut the fuck up, Valerie. You don't know what you're talking about.
How does that sound? Or when she says the only language that she ever wants to speak is American, right? Every other language is garbage, trash. The only language is American.
No notes on that one.
Which is not even a language, but that's what she said. Every other culture and language is trash. And then Miss Peachy Keen was in the comments saying their culture is shit, their shit. So
I don't know who Miss Peachy Keen is specifically in real life. I know she is someone in my chat. Why am I responsible for what Miss Peachy Keen said? I'm wondering. What do I have to do with that? And my husband is Portuguese. My husband speaks Portuguese. His family is from São Miguel. They all speak Portuguese. My great-grandmother came from another country and spoke Portuguese. My grandmother spoke Portuguese. I still say English is the best language.
How do you feel about, is that racist?
Nah, it's like extreme pro-American, right? Like it's on some.
So what's your definition of
immigration?
Okay, what's your definition of racism?
Well, we could just look it up.
Yeah, look it up
to find the exact definition.
Okay.
Racism.
To this point, I haven't heard this. This is all I've heard up until this point.
A system of oppression, prejudice, or discrimination directed against a person or group based on their race or ethnic background.
Well, there you go.
How? No, that.
Read that again. Listen to the things I just said, and then read that definition.
Just because maybe one word or two might apply to you does not mean that entire definition would fit accurately to what you're assuming. And also, you do realize that you're a white person telling a black person what should be
Listen,
racist
I'm
or
not
not.
I'm not the only
You're the
person
end
that
all
feels.
be all for racism.
But
huh?
I'm not the only person. I don't need to convince you. Matter of fact, I don't need to convince
Damn, why are you
racist
talking to me like that? That
because
sounds like you're almost belittling a black man.
a lot of people
could
feel
find
this
that
way.
define that
Well,
as
because
racist.
you're acting like you're a black man. I don't have the right to tell you like
I
that. I'm
never
telling
said
you.
that.
Yeah, well, that's what you're
I
saying.
never said that. You assumed. It's not fair for you to assume what a black person
You
is
just
thinking.
you
That's
just
kinda
said
racist.
you just said that.
It's
though.
kind of racist. You shouldn't assume what black people are thinking.
All right.
You could have just asked me.
All right.
Like I'm
Well,
being fair. We're
because
having a discussion.
you're saying that I'm a white woman telling a black man about racism, and I'm saying
That's literally what you are doing. You are a white woman telling a black man about racism. What about that is a lie exactly?
okay, well, maybe you feel like it's not racist, but I feel like it's
white?
racist. Yes, I
Are
am.
you white? Are you
Yes,
not
I
talking
am.
to me about racism?
And I'm saying that I feel that she's racist.
Okay, so
And you're saying
what
she's
did
not.
you just say that didn't just happen then? What did I
What?
say that was inaccurate? Are you not a white woman trying to talk to a black man about racism right now? Because you said that it is as if that was so far-fetched.
I mean, but I don't get why. I don't get your point of why. Like, okay, I'm white, and you're.
He's mad.
You're not giving me a chance.
I can't really control what he said. For someone that calls people out for racism, you sure don't like hearing the black man speak.
I didn't hear you.
Make a
because you
lot
muted.
of assumptions, man. Make a lot of assumptions about
you-
what I
you-
said.
But you
try
muted me.
You asked
and I
me
didn't
my
hear you.
opinion. You asked me my opinion. I gave it to you.
All right, you're saying
And then
she's
you
not
started
racist.
to-
Okay, that's your opinion.
Ma'am, could you please
Okay.
stop cutting me off? Miss,
But why are you
I
calling
allowed
me
to
ma'am?
talk.
Why are you calling
Because
me
I'm
ma'am?
being respectful. Should I call you sir?
Okay, don't call me. Don't call me ma'am.
Would you prefer sir?
I mean, I don't. Ma'am is like, why are you calling me ma'am?
I was being respectful. I didn't know that you would
That's like,
find
yeah,
that
call me
as.
ma'am. Don't call me
I
ma'am.
did. Okay, it seems like all right. What would you prefer to be called?
You can call me Valerie.
Right, Valerie. Valerie, in this moment, you're cutting me off while I was trying to communicate with you, which is making me think that you don't care about what Black people have to say, and that you think that your opinion might be more superior to theirs.
No, I don't think
You
that.
kind of just went crazy when I tried to give you a term of respect by calling you ma'am.
I don't like ma'am.
So
Just
you're
call me
trying to
by my
tell
name.
Black people how to speak too
Just
as well.
call me by. Okay, are you serious right
So
now?
you're trying to tell Black people how to speak? That's
No,
messed
I'm not
up,
telling.
man.
I'm not telling Black people how to speak. I'm
shouldn't
telling
tell a
you.
Black person
I'm
how to
telling.
speak.
Well, you are Black, but I'm not telling. I'm like, you're making
So
it.
you telling
Are
a
you
Black
making this?
person how to speak.
But are you making this into a race thing now?
No, I
Because
just said what it was.
I'm not telling you what to call me because
I can't believe that she asks, are you making this into a race thing right now, when she came on and she said Jess Machado is a racist?
they're Black. I'm
Why
saying.
are you disregarding what the Black man is trying to say?
What are you talking about?
You're so against racism. It seems like you're trying to take everything I say and interpret it wrong on purpose so you can misrepresent it for what it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Damn, man.
All right.
A lot of people are saying that you sound racist now. I think
I sound racist? Okay.
a lot of people are saying you're racist now.
Really? What makes me
Sometimes you've heard me say we need to like bookend something, which is like it's started and then there's all these chapters and all of the pages in between, and then I want to bookend it and kind of like, maybe we need bookends, like whatever. It's the front page and the back page. This is the back page of the Valerie saga as far as I'm concerned. It's closed. There is absolutely nothing to say anymore. If we ever need to revisit Valerie, it is this. This is it. The way she interjected herself into this man's show because he was supporting me. She was triggered by the fact that his chat was full of Jessica Machado supporters. She slights me for that. she comes on and she wants to exclusively talk about me being a racist. This man gives her the platform, the patience, and the opportunity to do so. She cannot make her case. She has no evidence that supports that I'm racist. This man, who just so happens to be Black, calls her out on her statements, saying they are not racist, and that he, of all people, should be the person to determine whether or not it is or it isn't, because he himself is a Black man. And then she starts turning it on him, and he's like, wait, I think you're actually being racist. This is the bookend. This is it. We are done. There is absolutely nothing else that ever needs to be discussed with Valerie ever again after this.
Racist.
You would have to ask them.
Well, what makes me racist? Do you think I'm racist?
I didn't call you racist.
I didn't say you called me racist. I said, do you think I'm racist?
There's a lot of, I guess you could say, tendencies and traits that can come off as microaggressions and things as underhanded racism without you being aware of it fully. Like cutting me off while I'm talking, like directly in the middle of it, and then start trying to like misrepresent what I'm saying as I'm literally trying to communicate it. It can come off as a form of microaggression, which can be taken as a slight forms of racism without you being aware of it.
How is that racism?
Okay, I just explained it to you.
But I don't get how cutting somebody off is racism. I'm confused about that.
Well, if someone would think that they're superior based off the color of their skin, and there's someone of the opposite color of their skin trying to speak, that person might feel as if what they say is not worth anything. So they might thus forth cut them off continuously while they're trying to talk. But once again, that's not me calling you racist or anything.
So I don't get what's the point of you saying that then?
You asked me a question and then asked me what's the point of me saying it.
I said you think I'm racist, and then that's what you said. I don't get that.
No, you asked me if I thought you were racist. I said I never said that. You said, okay, so in your opinion, and then I gave you why I would think certain people
That's
might
not what I.
get
That wasn't the
opinion.
question. But that wasn't the
Then
question.
why
I
would
said,
you ask the same question when I already answered it the first time, then, ma'am?
okay. All right, call me ma'am again. Fine.
It's just perfection. That's the only thing I can say. This whole thing is sheer perfection.
Ma'am?
Okay. That wasn't the question, but you go ahead. It's okay.
I answered the question, and then I guess my response wasn't good enough, so you tried to lead on to what you wanted as an answer, which is something that you do. I don't know if you just do it to Black people, but some people might determine that to be racism.
All right. Maybe. Yeah, you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Are you sarcastic?
What else do you consider racism? This is maybe you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe this is the time. Maybe this is the time for reflection for myself that I'm over talking a Black man, and I could be racist because of that. That, you know what? You might be onto something.
Never said that, but okay.
That's what you said. That's exactly what you said.
Once again, you're taking your own words and putting them into my mouth.
No, I'm taking your words.
You're trying to, and you're cutting me off again. And you're trying to use a Black person as a ventriloquist dummy so they can just speak how you want them to speak. I understand. Some people might call that racist as well. So from now on, all the people that might be watching and clipping us up might.
Oh, yeah. Anybody that talks over a Black man is racist.
Miss, for some weird reason, it seems like you don't have respect for me, and I don't know why. I would hate to say it's because of the color of my skin, but I haven't overtalked you not once, but for some weird reason, you keep doing it to me.
Well,
so,
you did.
Is there a reason why you're disrespecting me?
But you did do that. You put me on mute, and you continued to talk. And
we both were muted, actually, while a clip played.
Okay.
That's a thing on streaming, by the way. People play clips, and then both parties become muted while the clip plays.
I'm actually so glad he cleared that up, because when she said you muted me, I was like, no, we didn't.
So you just lied just now. Why did you feel so comfortable lying on a Black man? It's funny to you.
I'm laughing because it's gold. It's gold. I don't know how much longer this goes on.
Damn, so George Floyd, things that happened to Emmett Till. No, wait, hold on.
You want to play this game? We can play the game.
You're not.
All right, I'm not sure how much more this has to do with me. Now he's going down an unfortunate path of having to deal with her. Not much longer. All right, I'll keep it going. Hold on.
Trying
You
to
wanna
listen.
play this game?
It seems like
All
you don't
right.
want to listen to someone who's black.
Yeah.
Now you brought up George Floyd. Let's talk about Emmett Till.
Okay, let's talk about Emmett Till.
Is it okay? Is it all? So do you think that what happened to him was fine? Is it okay to lie on a
No,
black
I
man?
don't think what happened to him.
You just lied on me.
I don't think what happened to him was okay at all.
Well, you just lied on a black person. How is that any different?
Well, if somebody lied to me, right?
You
Or
just
let's say for instance, somebody got both of their eyes punched out, right? And I was like, okay. So listen to what I'm saying.
Hold on. I need
Let's
you to calm
say,
down. That sounded like a
no.
threat.
I'm gonna make a point. So let me know.
A threat.
Let me know when I can speak.
That sounded like a threat.
Let me know when I can speak.
Can you stop yelling? It sounds
Let me know
very
when I can
threatening.
speak.
You sound harsh. I need you to calm down, ma'am. Sounds like you're trying to threaten me. I don't want none of my eyes to get blacked. That sounds very crazy. How you doing, B3?
Hey, listen.
Let me know when I can speak. Because I have a
wanted
question for you.
To make sure
So
that
if I said to you,
Val, you just told me to let you know when you can speak. I'll let you know.
So if I said to you,
B3,
if somebody,
This is so good. Put to rest. I mean, it's put to rest. All right. So I put his link in there somewhere. Find it where I put it. I'm still not good at like pinning things. I'm not the best at that, but oh, here it is. See it? Can I pin this? Let's pin it. Perfect. There we go. There's his YouTube channel. Listen, I am just going by what I have seen currently by this man. Somebody sent me a message and was like, "Oh, this is Rich. You don't know this guy's history." I know who he is right now, and I've listened to him now, and I'm sorry. I like what I'm hearing. Anybody that can listen objectively and answer questions and put Valerie in her place like that is just, it's amazing. So I'm in it. I pinned it. Perfect. There's his channel. Give him a sub, buy a membership. These are the kind of people that we need to be out here counterpointing all of the bullshit that other people talk about. I don't know. There's going to be people that are listening to this for the first time. I know some of the longstanding besties have heard their story, but we're going to say it one more time. When I worked at Victoria's Secret, I was a manager at the Cranston location. I was an assistant manager there, and we had a store manager, and her name was Mary Fran, and we used to call her Mer Fran. And Mary Fran was an older woman. She was probably in her 50s, and she came to our store as a manager from another location, and instantly there was friction. We had a group of girls that worked for us in Cranston who were African American. And Mary Fran came off, as I always found, favoring the young white female college students that we had. And I always felt had undertones of racism towards the young Black women that we had working there. And I, on the other hand, enjoyed working with everybody. I really worked on building like a team vibe there. I am not racist, and so I would never treat these people differently. But there were problems with staff with this woman because she went harder at these girls. You know what I mean? Like didn't give them the days off when they requested, made them stay later, gave them more grunt work. Like it was undertones that you could never really prove, but I always felt that there was like a racist undertone in everything that she did. Eventually, she and I we conflicted too much, and it was getting problematic. And at that point, I was even considering asking for a transfer. And I made no light of my feelings towards her. I had a real problem with her. Now, this is going back to when the very first Bunny After Dark show premiered. This is going all the way back to 2011 when I was at Hurricane Radio Studios, and I was doing a show on Wednesday nights. These shows are long gone. but I was online on an internet show. It wasn't broadcast on the radio or anything like that. You had to go to a website where it streamed. And I talked about her racism. I made comments in real time about like experiences I was having that week and how I felt that she was acting towards staff. And she caught wind of it and she listened to it and she went to corporate and she complained that I was under her and that I was on the internet and I was talking about her. And I held my ground on it. And I said that I felt that there were things that were happening in my location that were fucking racist. And I had a problem with it. And I think this was maybe in like November. So after that, things were never really great with her and I after that. I was getting ready to leave my ex and I knew that I was going to leave Victoria's Secret because if I was leaving him, I would no longer be living with him and I would no longer have childcare while I was working full time. Now, I was only working full time because he refused to get a job. So I had little kids at home. I had a 2-year-old, I had a 5-year-old or 4-year-old, and then I had a 9-year-old. And Jason didn't get a job. And so I had no choice but to go back to work. And I was working back at Victoria's Secret after being away for years, commuting out to Cranston, which was on some days a 45-minute drive for me. And as a manager, you're working long hours, right? Either early in the morning or late at night and providing for my family. But I was ready to leave him, right? Things weren't good. I was trying to leave and I knew I would have to leave Victoria's Secret. So I was getting ready. And the plan was to just leave, take all my vacation time, and hopefully they would not dispute me collecting unemployment. So I would have some income until I got on my feet and I was able to go back to work when the kids were all in school. But I needed some time to adjust and to leave my home and start over. Which, by the way, we're going to do a whole show about that because it literally changed my life doing that. And it was very safe to stay. And I had a lot of security and a lot of different things, but I wasn't happy. And so I 10 out of 10 recommend doing it. So now I'm getting ready to leave Victoria's Secret. Things are really crazy at home. I'm unhappy. I have young kids and I just have like a zero tolerance for bullshit at this point. And I hate this woman. So one day I'm opening with her and it's right after Christmas. And usually right after Christmas, we start the semi-annual sale, I think. And so it was very early in the morning and she and I are there and we're getting ready for the day. And I'm making pleasant small talk with her. And I'm like, did you have a great Christmas? And she's like, yes, I did. How about you? And I said, it's okay. Things are stressful at home, but I had a good time at my mom's and whatever. And I said, did you see your family? And she said, yes. She said, the funniest thing. And I am telling you this is a true story. This is a true story. So she had a grandchild, and I can't remember how many grandchildren she had, but her husband, she was married to him. He had a daughter and she was married. And I think they had small children. Mary Fran herself didn't have any children, but she was married to this man who had them. So she has the small grandchild. And she said, I forget what the little girl's name was, but at the time I would have known what it was. And let's just say it was Kelly. She said for Christmas for Kelly, she wanted one of those American Girl doll bitty babies. And if you're a parent, American Girl doll has little baby dolls, like they're infants. She's like, she wanted a bitty baby. She said, so of course my husband and I bought it for her. She said, but we bought her a small black bitty baby and we wrapped it up and we gave it to her first. And you should have seen her expression when she opened it and she saw the bitty baby box, but it was actually a black bitty baby. And she started crying. And I went, what? And she's laughing about it and telling me about how her and her husband and her family bought their white grandchild the toy that she wanted, but she bought a black version of it so that the child would either get upset or cry or show that she was unhappy. And they did it. And then they laughed about it and took pictures and video of it. And I was walking towards the back of the store with her when she told me the story, and I was like, you are a fucking racist. That's disgusting. And actually, I don't even remember if I actually said that to her. I just remember thinking it, and I was like, this woman is fucking disgusting. A month later, it was my last day, and she bought me a cake that said, "Good luck, Jessica." And it was getting time to leave. You have to turn over your keys. It's time to go, right? And I'm not happy. Like, I don't want to leave. I hate this woman. I'm upset about everything going on in my life, but I've got to leave. It's the worst. It's the worst fucking, situation ever. I'm not in a great mood. And by the way, I had my staff who fucking loved me, who I continued to see outside of work for years. I mean, it's been a long time now. We've all kind of lost touch, but the girls there I loved, and some of them I went to their weddings. They're just wonderful people. Shout out Team 586. And it was hard for me to leave. And I was like, fuck this bitch. And she got me this cake, and I opened it up and I smashed it on the desk. I flipped the cake open and smashed it on the desk. I walked out to the back of the store where she was waiting for me. I was going to hand over my keys, and I literally walked over to her, and she was like, "Well, we're really sad to see you go." And I was like, "You're a fucking racist." And I just walked right out the door. And Mary Fran died of cancer not long after that. And I figure that God will sort that all out, or already has. But she was racist. And I can tell you how I felt when I heard that story. And it made me very angry and sad and gross. And so I don't know if that's enough to prove that I'm racist, but there are plenty of other people that were around when that happened, who I told that story to, who heard the same story from her. And we all felt the same way, that Mary Fran was a racist and not me. So Beast Boy doesn't know me from a hole in the wall. He's gathering all of those things Valerie said make me a not racist. But I also kind of have like a whole life of non-racism to fall back on. So there's that. Weirdos. All right, this has been, it's already 10 o'clock. All right, let's see what we had for an agenda so we can see how much of that we actually got through. Probably none of it. Probably none of it at all. How's the chat? Is the chat okay? I'm sorry, Lauren, you have to go to the office. What would you like me to do? I love the title of this one. I said I was pretty, not thin. All right, hold on. Let me take a look and see. The day is going by fast. Let me see what the agenda is. We did the pledge, check. Nurse Kim cold open. We can get to that in 1 second. Cyberchick literally hates everyone. Yes, we did that. Jon and Kate, we still can't get to Jon and Kate +8. I'm moving that down. I'm moving that down. We're going to get to phone calls in a second, and then we're going to do the Nurse Kim. You want to do the Nurse Kim cold open first? They did a whole 1 hour stream yesterday. I recommend. I don't know why, but I am blessed with people like Pat Ford and Montante who had some very, again, reasonable statements saying like either you like Jessica or you don't, but the pile-on is just disgusting. And it really fucking is. I should let everybody know that I am okay with it now. As every day that moves on, every day we do a show, every day we get one under our belt, every day we look at the views and we go, okay, we are getting through it. It's fine. Has it been terrible? It has been terrible. I cannot tell you how bad it has been some days. I don't want to ever admit how bad it has been some days. I don't ever want to admit how much I've cried over it. I don't want to ever really admit how fucking down in the dumps I've been. I don't want to ever tell you how much it's caused arguments with my husband. It's been really fucking bad. And it has been a test to my self-esteem like nothing else. It is really, at 50 years old, it is testing everything I think about myself. A lot of looking in the mirrors, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of feeling down on myself about my body and my weight. Always been a big girl, but in a sexy way. And then menopause hit, and that sexy thickness turned into fat, flubbery grossness. Without changing anything. And then the reality is, wow, I guess I can't live that way. I have to change. But how do I change? It seems scary. I don't want to go on medication. I don't want a shot. I don't even want a hormone. I want to walk. I want to walk, but I can't walk. I feel like gross being out there. And then I want to go to the gym, but I don't feel like I'll fit into a gym. Is there a gym where I can just be myself? Like, does somebody have an empty gym where I can go alone? And when I go in, I don't even know how to do it. I don't even know what the plan is. Maybe I'll get a trainer and just exchange that trainer for like the optics and showing them like, hey, this person changed me around. But then will I be okay a skinnier version of me? Am I going to want to be that person? Does that make me feel different about myself? I don't know. I have no idea. But every single solitary thing that has been happening over the past 3 weeks from people who I don't know, people who have channels that are way bigger than me, people who have channels smaller than me, to watch people gang up on me has been suffocating. It's fucked up and I'm not past it yet. And I know people want me to move past it. I'm not past it yet. I'm sure eventually I will be, but every day I'm trying to get past it, just so you know. Okay. So let's go to the Nurse Kim cold open. Let's do that for a second. We're going to take this off for a minute. Let's go here. Hold on.
Honestly, go fuck yourself, sir. You don't say that, okay?
Kegel, we did it all.
Football game. Are you a fans?
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. All right,
Hey,
so
clues, motherfucker.
All right. So before we start, this is Nurse Kim's stream from last night. I am most positive everybody who follows me already follows her, but in the strange third dimension, fourth dimension where you don't, please take a minute to go and subscribe to Kimberly. I'm apprehensive about like sharing Kimberly things or hyping her up, or I gave membership last night because I saw some people in there that might not have had them. I'm apprehensive of doing that or even doing this because I don't want people to think that there is some sort of like partnership between Kimberly and I out here right now in these YouTube streets. That's not the case. That's not the case. We are not talking about this. We are not discussing it. There is no united front. Kimberly is doing her own thing. I am doing my own thing, and that's it. And I worry about her getting so much shit from people. And I really just hope that they don't. But this intro, I'm so glad I caught it live. It was amazing. And the fact that she wrote it out in advance, it's just everything. So take a listen.
Dearly beloved lovies, we are gathered here today. It is June 29th, 2026. 'Tis Monday night. And you may be watching the World Cup like a normal individual, or you may be here with me and a couple of lunatics we love in the back. But before our show gets started today, I need to do a little Kimmy Walters, okay? You know I've done this before. It's like a news commentary, how I get when I'm feeling it, when you're feeling it, and let's do a little State of the Union, okay? Free Karen Reed style. Then we're going to bring out the boys. Then we're going to do calls. Yes, we said it all. I've got it all working. Okay, so it's June 29th. Remember this. Put it in the fucking history books. Free Karen Reed, gross dramatic product, the GDP, if you will, is up 1,000% in the last quarter. Inflation grifting is at an all-time high. The Fed and the antis are working around the clock to lower subscriber counts, while a sharp increase in activity is noted in the private sector of creator memberships. Membees only content does big numbers, but this pay for play is causing chat civil wars on both sides of the aisle. The poors and the Brockton whores. Jessica Machado's exit from the free Karen Reed community, otherwise known as Jexit, has resulted in new faces entering the FKR content sphere, swooping in to capitalize on any opportunity to replace her as the right hand to the father, or daddy, as some middle-aged menopausal women he hates call him. Nurse Kim is officially on notice. Her silence was previously considered violence among the drama consumers, but when she opened her mouth to say absolutely nothing that TB hasn't before, it was the crying of her white woman tears to bring in the views that showed she was compromised. Silly woman. Dissenting opinions have no place in this culture. Her lack of promoting the, quote, right side of drama and non-adherence to the 3-stream per week summer schedule has resulted in the abrupt disqualification from Jess Machado's list of creators who could actually make it on YouTube. Auntie Deb has been spotted at several local libraries, stealing Wi-Fi and laughing in all of our faces, as he enjoys what has turned out to be a truly dramatic gay bitch of a summer. Supreme Leader TB asks us all to reflect on not what your community can do for you, but what you can clip for Turtle Boy. The Glarer has showed us how to live it up, displaying meals at the finest of dining establishments, Red Lobster, and vehemently denies assault allegations. Facts matter journalism. The only documented assault allegation against Will came from himself in a TB chat while 4 Woodfords deep at the Omni a few months back. Mike Crawford is back and as irrelevant as ever, interviewing Rachel Rollins, a former disgraced corrupt government official, seeking power and influence and also sprinkling in compliments to Turtle Boy. This bold strategy appears to be working because TB loves to hear nice things said about him, regardless of corruption or platform. Kevy Kev 781 recently opened up about the vitriol he receives online, with trolls often resorting to low blows, calling him, quote, round. He rebutted that people don't know what is happening in his real life. Jess Machado and Nurse Kim wish they were called round instead of the 189 fat cunt comments tweeted at them daily by 9 a.m. Broken Baker's character has been maligned by J7 and rabid bunnies. Thankfully, this morning, he gave us the hard, pun intended, truth after sharing a heartfelt text exchange with a friend betting, quote, a peen pic that Machado would turn on TB by July 1st. Brian LTL's current out-of-office message reads as follows. I'm knee-deep in hot boy Turkish transplant summer. See you bitches in September. Sparkly heart emoji, sparkly heart emoji. Attorney Melanie Little took one vacation and you all act up. Okay? This is why we can't have nice things. In other news, Jessica Machado and Jillian Daniels were spotted over the weekend playing mahjong outside the Nash Casino. As I approached for comment, Jillian yelled, "You fatter than me, Kim! You fatter than me!" while holding up the infamous not-so-tiny Kimmy pic of shame with Menners from Laconia. I may never be the same. Today, Meredith O'Neill has officially been charged with felony wiretapping. Her Give, Send, Go for assistance with legal fees is linked on Jason Broyle's Twitter account, in stark contrast to last Friday when she bragged about how much disposable income she has to take me to court. Whole milk stock has plummeted, and thankfully I shorted it and expect to retire in 2027 with the dividends. A generational payout without being a generational sellout. Welcome to the Thunderdome, Megan Fox, Jolene Lunzer, and BX. May the odds be ever in your favor. State of the Union. Add to stage. Where is Montante?
I'm going to let you stay for one more minute. There it is.
I was like slam poetry. That was good.
This Pat Ford in the closet is it's too much. Before I want you to be able to see the guys. Hold on, I'm gonna talk about this in a second, but hold on.
That's a couple of snaps first.
Please watch how Pat Ford drinks the beverage.
Stupid ass State of the Union. How are we, bros? How are we?
Before we start, I wanted to check. Do you mind if I record this? I am in Rhode Island, so I figured it was fair game, but I've learned to kind of like fact check stuff. So thank you. Appreciate it. Good evening.
Good evening. Look at you.
Please go and watch the rest of this on Kimberly's channel. We are not going to poach views from her. You must watch it. It is a must watch. Can I just say something, in my opinion? Admittedly, I have not watched many of Kimberly's shows. It's not just Kimberly, it's everybody. I don't get to watch a lot. Those of you who follow Kimberly, is this normally how funny she is? Because I've watched her Bettero things, and that's serious. And you see glimmers of this. Is this the level of what she normally puts out? This is amazing. This is one of the best things I've ever heard. The way that she shades, the way that she framed it in a State of the Union politically, it's no wonder she liked my war updates, because of look what she does. It's hysterical. So Cameron Reddington's in court. He's not available. I told you it was all about availability. He's not available today or yesterday. It was absolutely amazing. It's so funny. It's so well done. The sparkly heart emoji getting in there. It's a masterclass. It's very, very well done. The rest of the stream is actually unbelievably entertaining. I called Montante a Greek god in here because he's got the facial structure and the lineup and everything. I just don't know what we're dealing with here. I often find, I don't know if I've said this before, the mailman is here, so there's a lot of dog barking. I've also said this before, but I really enjoy it when people are paired up with people who are like aesthetically like the same. And is it just me, or is like Kimberly is as pretty as Montante is handsome? Does that make sense to all of you? Like if I'm not going to give him a number, but like say Kim's like an 8.3, like Montante's an 8.3. Does that make sense? Like I'm like a 6 and Meowser's a 6. You know what I mean? When we were skinnier, but when we were skinnier, we were both like 9s. You know what I mean? But like, doesn't it like, I don't know. It's very stimmy when somebody matches up with somebody that is like the same attractiveness. So they are equally as attractive. I'm pulling for them in many ways. Anyway, so whatever. Anyway, that's that. So Kim's stream was great. It was a really great cold open. I think it was very lengthy, but it was well done. If somebody wants to clip that and then add like everybody standing up at the State of the Union address in real life and clapping and stuff, it's really, really great. Bob is my name is saying, Jess, don't support the BX industry exposed. Take it offline, sir. Take it offline. There's plenty of chats where that statement would be a welcome statement. Go right ahead. It's not here, Bob. You know what I mean? Bob, you know what I mean? It's not here. It's not here today. These streets are crazy out there. It's just not going to happen for me right now. Okay. I'm not. It's just not happening. Montante did say something very nice in here. I encourage you to, again, just go over to Kim's channel and watch it. But he basically was just like, the piling on Jess Machado is really disgusting. Obviously, Pat Ford was, mirroring the sentiments. These guys have like no horse in the race. Like, they really don't care. They're always outside. These are homeless men that have been left homeless because Kirk has gone off air. Don't worry, he's coming back. These guys are just basically like just trying to figure out where to land until he comes back. And so they're just watching. And while Kim is like a lifeline to them, or like some sort of connection, like, they're big guys, they can figure it out themselves. And they're watching and they're like, this is fucking nuts what's happening. It's just fucking nuts. So I appreciate their kind of like refreshing take on it as well. I'm open to hearing anybody's refreshing take on it. But if you're part of this weird group of people who are like doubling their views just because they're putting Jess Machado in the fucking title of their chat, those people, we don't fucking fuck with those people. They're fucking losers. So anyway, so there's that. It's now 20 past 10. We've almost got 3 hours under our belt. I think we're going to open up the phone calls to the Bunny Hotline and end the show that way. This went on for a long time yesterday. I don't know how long it's going to last today. I don't know if anybody has anything to say today. If you would, I mean, we could run this like a, let's take care of this for a second. Hold on one second. Go here. Laura gave $4.99 and said, jealousy is real. Imagine a white woman telling a black man what racism is. Big yikes. Yeah. That's not going to fare well for Valerie. There's always this thing in the back of my mind that the way that Valerie is and the way that she acts, and she's so close with Jimmy, I don't know. I have hope that Valerie recognizes she's on the wrong side of things. I think if we give her a pass on everything that she's doing and saying about me, and say that inherently somewhere down there under her big non-African American personality, that there is a good person down there and that Jimmy has seen that good person, I hope that at some point she recognizes all of the things she is saying about me are just not true. We have a new member, and it's Terry Medeiros. Sounds like a Fall River name, Terry. If I could speculate, I threw out 5 memberships to the besties, and Jessica Walsh, not to be undone, while she's working on getting pregnant, is throwing out 5 as well. And then Lori became a YouTube member as well. So let's put up the phone number. Let's get the phone lines going. And hold on. Where is it? Banner. Hold on. Don't call yet. Oh, for crying out loud, you didn't listen. Hold on. Good morning.
Oh my God, hi.
Hi.
So, okay, I've been listening to you for a long time. I do the replay a lot, but I'm not really in the chats a lot. But I'm such a big fan. And I had texted you before, and I actually said the thing about Cyberchick, like, yeah, I like her, she's great. But I mean, I'm being supportive. But what made me really interested in your work is actually what you were saying about, like, don't you guys want to go to Starbucks and then go pick up your stuff for dinner and then go to the butcher and pop in the book fair and like go home and make your family dinner? And I was like, yes, I love that. Like, what is the pressure? Get the hell out of the house. Mind you, so I have 3 children and 2 of them are very small. And everyone is like, so when are you going back to work? And I'm like, what do you mean? I am working.
Right.
I love this. And it's like such a shame to love it. And I think a lot of it is that people maybe aren't married to good men, or they're afraid that they're going to be married to, and that, like, and I know you know this because you're married to Jeffrey, that when you're married to a good man, they will appreciate and value your job in the home to the point that they elevate you and they're like, this is so important. What do you need?
Right.
Why would you leave?
Right.
We need this. And it's just so refreshing to hear someone say that in 2026 and make me be like, yeah, I'm not a loser. If people make me feel like a loser for what I love to do.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason I talk about it is because I went through it, like the PTO moms and the people in my community. I mean, it was one of the biggest running things. It was like, you're a loser, get a job. And I'm like, I don't know why they see it that way. Like, why did it all of a sudden become you're a loser in society to stay at home and care for your family. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, you know, we're only one generation away from where that was the norm, or 2 generations almost now, you know, like where that was the standard, is that there was somebody at home taking care of everybody. We're not that far removed from where society was rooted in the house and what the woman did there. And the way that they shame us is terrible for it. And it's, you know, I also have to counterpoint that, and I'm sure you agree, is we have to make sure that while advocating for that, we don't slight the women who choose to or have to. And that does happen often, where I'm so much advocating for like trad wife lifestyles that, you know, sometimes I do get caught up in the moment and say, you know, why don't you just stay home? There are women who can't, right?
Yes.
But there are women that can, right? And go ahead.
I completely agree. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I completely agree. And there's a beautiful study that was done online where they're interviewing a bunch of feminists, and they say, do you think all women should be feminists? And all but one say yes. And the one that said no says, if I tell everyone to be a feminist, I'm not giving women the right to choose.
Right.
And it was just like, exactly.
Well played.
And yes. And I have friends at work, and I've worked, and like, I love them and support them too. Like, you need help with your kids? Yep.
Yes.
I'm lucky to get to stay home. I'll take them, no problem. So that, and the other thing I just wanted to say, I've been a mom for a long time, but I'm new to being a girl mom. Okay. And I see things a lot differently now. And, you know, it never ends when you're learning with parenting, as you know.
Yep.
And one of the things I'm noticing is, like, when you're becoming friends with a woman, look at her other friends. Okay. And because I think there are women out there that cannot get past other women being prettier or more successful than them. And it's honestly, it's important to have friends like that, because we all need to do better. We're all good at something.
Right.
It's just an opinion. We all need to strive to do better. And I look at some women I meet, you know, you meet a lot of moms when you have kids.
Yeah.
And I say, like, is she complimenting anyone here? Or is everything negative? Is everything pointing out what you're doing wrong? And do you have any prettier friends, or do you have to be the prettiest one in the group?
Right.
Like, that shit matters. And I see some of these women online that are like, I'm not saying anybody in particular, but like instigating or needing attention. And I'm just like, what do your friends look like?
Right.
Because there are some content creators, they're not going to get along with it, you know?
Right.
And I think you see women like that too. It's
agree.
just something I noticed. I love what you do. I'm such a big fan. I'm one of your 30-somethings in your.
As you were talking about it, and I was like, well, this is a good reminder to me that not everybody who listens is in the menopausal stage, that there are some moms here too. I was making a mental note of it when you were talking, actually.
Yes, I am. But I also had one of my children young, so one of mine is also 17.
Yeah.
But one of mine is also 1.
Right.
And
oh my gosh, new baby. Yes.
It's all beautiful.
Oh, I remember you. I know who you are. I know from your
Yes.
message. Yes, I know. You said I know exactly. I think, you know, we don't talk too much about like the mothering thing, because I'm kind of on the tail end of like the raising the children part. But it does, you know, I guess the marriage part of it is also important. And I do talk about, you know, where we went through a time where I wasn't really sure we were going to make it. And, you know, I don't talk too much about that because it's very painful, but there is a common denominator too. I think of these people who are criticizing, and in real life, they aren't in loving relationships. They don't have a man in the background rallying for them. Even in Jeff's, you know, I say bull in a china shop way sometimes, like, you know, my husband still every day is a supportive, you know, force in my life. And whether it was he supported me being a stay-at-home mom, that wasn't always easy. You know, I think Jeff had pressure from his family to like get me to work. You know what I mean? And I had to make a case for it and say the culture that, you know, either your family has or society has, where, you know, you just put your kids in daycare, you have somebody else watch them. I told him, I was like, it doesn't pay off. You know, if we can do it, it should be the other way. Our children should have us near them all the time. So our lives are what are influencing them. And like the best point I'll make about it, and it's not to drag her, but like my husband's mother would have his son there, and he'd be 7 years old and she'd be putting his drinks in a sippy cup, right? Because she doesn't want to make a mess or whatever. And I'm going, we put these kids at 7 years old in regular cups so they learn how to not make a mess. And I'm going, those are things that are valuable when we have them around us that we can't give to other people. And so Jeff has always been supportive of that. It wasn't always an easy sell. I mean, we were broke. You know what I mean? And
yes.
Jeff grew up in a life where they went on vacation out of the country all the time. They went skiing every season. And I was like, we're not in that life anymore. We're here to raise kids. We're here to teach values. And the payoff will be we'll have good kids. And so what you're doing, and also you mentioned the other thing too, which I love, which is being there as a support system for the working moms that can't do that. I also did that. Always happy to take kids after school home with me. Always happy to fill in and go to someone's house when they had to work on a holiday or something like that. Like you are offering a service to those moms too. So I love that. And the words about the words about your friends and things. I mean, my friend group has morphed a little bit as our kids have gotten older, but I do have a wonderful group of women who are constantly lifting. They're in the chat. Lauren, funeral lady. I mean, these are women who they get it. So I'm so glad to hear there are more people out there like us when hearing you talk.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. And I just want to say before I go, because I know people are calling in, it's everything going on with you right now on the internet, it's all temporary. It'll be someone else. I know it's so easy for me to say because it's not me. I totally get that. But, I think what I love is you never lose your supporters in that. And you recognize us all the time.
I'm
which
lucky.
I can't imagine is very hard. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just have a good day.
Thank you. What are you making for lunch today for the kids?
I think I'm going to do some non-pizzas. We're trying to do new foods. And pizza seems like a vehicle to try new things because you can put different toppings on it.
Yes, yes.
And we can make it together.
Yes.
So
have a good day with your babies.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the great call.
All right. Bye.
How great. How great. It's a good reminder. Let's take this call. Hold on one second. Hi, thanks for calling 24 on 24. Good morning.
Oh my God. I got through.
Yes. Good morning.
Holy transition.
Yes, of course. Say whatever you want.
It's Karen from the Harbor Lounge.
Oh, hi, Karen.
Hey, Jess. Oh my God. I can't believe I got through. I'm like having a small heart attack.
Take a breath. It's fine. It's just me and, a couple thousand people. No big deal.
Don't tell me about the rest. Listen, I love you. I love your show. We have different political views sometimes. I think that's what makes it very exciting that I love to freaking listen. I don't miss a show. I don't.
Wow.
I tell my husband to be quiet so he can hear it. I make him listen sometimes.
So many women force their husbands to listen to the show. It's terrible. Shout out to Arkansas Bestie and Boss Man P.
Oh man, poor Lee Goldberg. He's like, oh my God, I was behind him in traffic. And my phone kept connecting to he was in my car. And he goes, why is Jessica Machado on my radio the whole time? And I was like, why is she leaving mine? It was so funny.
So funny.
Oh no, Noodle's mama needs me to go make baby number 9. I cannot have more children.
You have 8?
That's too many. Yes.
Yeah, no big
9
deal.
is
Just
a
8.
lot.
That's fine. It's fine.
8 is fine, right? 8's a even number.
Actually, 9 is how many children my grandmother was one of. She was one of 9, and my grandfather one of 9. So if you want to go do number 9, that'll just kind of shout out
I'm just gonna keep practicing, and we'll see what happens. Or somebody could drop one off on the door.
You'll take that one too. Yeah.
I'll take that one in. No, I just wanted to say, listen, we have been riding this roller coaster with you, and I really truly believe that the high road is a lonely place sometimes, and that's why we feel everything when we're up there. But when they all infight with each other and implode, we'll all still be up there watching.
Right.
And the strong people will just, it's not even about fighting, you know what I mean? It's it's beneath what we need to do. We're here for a higher level, we're here for a higher thing, and we all support each other. And I think that's what bothers them is that when you see a group of people actually having fun, getting along and doing something all the time, there's just I don't have that and I'm missing that. So I'm gonna,
that's a great point.
Push against it.
that's just what I see from little old Maine.
That is an interesting point of view. And I don't know what it is, but I guess lately I felt embarrassed that I have bunnies, so to speak. And I don't feel that way, but they're making me feel like it's a bad thing, like it's a cult. And I'm not saying prior to that, I've always loved my bunnies, and I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying it's like, what are they making me second guess? Are people blindly following me and they're not really like seeing me for who I am? Like, what are they getting wrong?
No.
And only the past couple of days, yesterday, really, with all those calls, I hung up and I was just like, you know what? I was like, they're trying to like turn this into something it's not. You know what I mean? And like,
that's 100%.
Couldn't it just be that we have this community and it's great? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And that's very refreshing to hear you say that. And I'm glad you did. It really made me pause about it again for the second time this week and think about it that way. What's so bad about the bunnies? You know what I mean? Like, why?
That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't get. But it's something that they can use because it's a name that you named it. And so they can use it.
Yep.
And they can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
And that's why. Like, I bet if you hadn't named it, they'd just be like, her people, her support.
Yeah.
It's a thing. So to them, that's like something they can grab onto.
It's crazy.
They're bored. They're so friggin' bored.
It's crazy.
After you read all those messages today, and I was exhausted, all the stuff that Cyberchick is up to.
Oh, Cyberchick.
Oh my God, all the things she's.
Isn't it crazy? The purple Kool-Aid drinker thing, I really wanted to get out. I know.
That made me sad. I mean, honest to God, like, I don't think I ever watched one of his streams.
Yep.
I don't think he's on anymore, right?
Yep. No, they took his channel down. Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. But I like, what's the point of going after people? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know. We don't think that way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't wake up and think that way. Exactly. Yeah.
Listen, I don't want you to get offended, but if you happen to be bored and watch the Harbor Lounge from last night, I said, Jessica Machado, I think you have ADHD. And I think if you got diagnosed, your life, you literally would feel so validated.
It's possible. It's possible.
No, I will put money on it at the casino.
At the casino?
Yes. When you said the other day that you were like, what's wrong? Okay, I start things and I don't finish them.
Yes.
That is literally sign number 753. Like, that is a huge sign for people with ADHD.
Right.
And like, when my husband listens, like, when we're taking a long drive, and I'm like, we're just gonna put Jess on because we got some time here. And he's like, oh my gosh, she's like you. She's just like you. She's just, oh my gosh, she's just like you. She's just like you. And well, I have autism and ADHD, but I'm not saying you have the tisms, but you definitely.
I'm not offended by that, by the way. I do think it's interesting to hear people see things like from the outside and be like, hey, this is my.
Be like, no, that's it. That's it again. When you're like frustrated with something, I'm like, oh, that's the ADHD.
Yeah.
That's the ADHD.
Yeah.
And women didn't get diagnosed.
Right.
Like, ever. If you think back in school, you maybe remember like one boy that had it.
Right.
Like that boy that didn't stop moving.
Right.
For women, our brains don't stop moving.
Right.
It's like a biological thing, but it's also, I had to sit through like a 7 hour like neuropsych, because 2 of my kids got diagnosed with anxiety, ADHD, and autism. And I was like, where are they getting this? And my husband just looks at me and he's like, where are they getting this?
Right.
Hey, have you looked in the mirror? And I'm like, oh my God. He's like, why do you need to be diagnosed? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. But I think like, I just want someone to tell me this is like actually the problem, like not a problem, but it's actually what it is.
Right.
And she looked at me and after the testing was out, and she was like, yeah, you definitely have it.
Wow.
And it was validating. And that's what one of my kids said. He didn't get diagnosed until 17 because of stupid COVID, making appointments not happen.
Right.
He had to wait 5 years on a list.
Right.
So when he got diagnosed, literally the first thing he said at 17 was, I feel so validated.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it felt. But it's just like, you learn about it. I know you like Instagram. That's where I started to actually like get it in my algorithm.
Yeah.
Where I just started watching other women talk about having ADHD, and I was like, wait, that's me. Wait, that's me. Wait, that's me. Wait, that's me. And I just think, just take a minute, just check it out.
Yeah.
And it's like, you'll turn it into like a superpower. You're like, wait a minute. Okay. Like, I now understand myself so much better.
Yeah.
That I'm like, okay, I can do anything. Like,
I definitely should read into it. You're not the first person to say it since I've been streaming. I mean, I'm not saying the internet is like the best doctor, but I do get a lot of messages from people that are saying that. And I'm not against even reading about it. I have no stigma against it. I mean, I've been through the system where my son was diagnosed years ago with,
Oh, no way.
not with ADHD, but with, he was on the spectrum for Asperger's, which they don't even really consider that a diagnosis anymore. But so I've been through the system. I was a little jaded with it. You know what I mean? I always felt like people weren't really getting it all. So I'm, you know me, at this point, I'm apprehensive about medication. I'm apprehensive about doctors. However, I don't think it hurts to like get some sort of knowledge and understanding. Send me whatever you can my way so I can do some reading.
Do you know what my doctor said to me? This was the game changer for me. It was during COVID. I had 5 kids at home doing 5 different grades.
Yep.
And I was like, I can't do this. I can't do that. I was like going crazy. She goes, and I've been on anxiety meds since I was like 17. And she goes, hey, Karen. And I go, what? She goes, if you had a broken arm, would you like put a half a cast on it? And I go, what do you mean? She goes, if you had a broken arm, wouldn't you treat it? And I go, yeah. And she goes, take the ADHD meds, Karen. You're half treating your broken arm. And I was like, oh. And then
interesting perspective.
I also lost a few pounds. I was like, damn, okay.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say anything, but it could be that you have 5 different children and at the same time doing 5 different things. I don't know if it's an ADHD thing, Karen. I think it's just like you're only one person, Karen.
Yeah, no. My husband's home a lot, like so he's really supportive. I'm very, very lucky. If I had 800 children on my own, you'd be checked in somewhere. I'd be listening to you from a room.
When is your show on next, Karen?
What?
When is your show on next?
Oh, tomorrow night, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
And the official name of the channel is
The Harbor Lounge.
The Harbor Lounge. It's tomorrow. Bring a drink with a K. Thanks for calling in. It was nice to actually talk to you.
I know. It's
and I have popped in several times actually. I lurk.
No, I appreciate that a lot. Also, one last thing. My husband says, you just need to come up to the beach so we have a place on the beach and you just need to come up. He's like, it's not that far away from Maine. Have her and her husband come up and just sit on the damn beach and we don't have to talk about the internet. We can all just have a drink and just just chill.
Thanks for that offer. Maybe I'll take you up on it.
I'm 100% serious.
I'm sure it would heal me. I'm sure it'll heal me. Thank you for that offer. Tell him I'll consider it. I'll talk to Jeffrey.
Yes, he said they can talk soccer.
Oh my God, it's World Cup fever over here right now. Please help. Please help. Karen, thank you for a great call. This was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye, bestie.
Bye, guys.
That was a great call. Great call. Let's take this next one. Hi, thanks for calling 24 on 24.
Hey, Jess.
Hi.
This is Brittany Floyd.
Hi, Britt.
I'm 38, don't have kids, but I love your show. I listen all the time. I try to pop into the chat whenever I can. Usually it's just a quick hi and bye or trolling some people, but big fan. And yesterday when everyone was calling in and sharing kind of their why for listening to your show, it reminded me of part of my why. And I was going to email you this at one point, but I figured it'd kind of get lost in things and you've had a lot going on. But my mom was 52, so she was similar in age to you. You guys remind me so much of each other. And within like the last 5 years or so, her and I have become really, really close. And in that time, we would talk every single morning. And I have an hour commute to my job. And everyone's always like, why don't you move closer? Like, doesn't that hour just suck? And I'm like, well, I'm on the phone with my mom the entire time. And we're just talking about life and whatever she has going on, whatever I have going on. It's conversations about nothing, but it means everything. And a few years ago, she was diagnosed with uterine cancer. And within like 3 weeks, she passed away. And one of the biggest responses that I got was, oh my gosh, what are you going to do in the mornings now? And for the longest time, I would drive to work and it just was like a reminder every day of that huge piece that was missing of just, again, that conversation about nothing, but it was everything. And I ended up finding 24 on 24. And I had listened to Bunny After Dark and watched and all of that. But 24 on 24 very quickly kind of took that spot for me. And my mom used to always call it 6:30. I'm in Illinois, so 24 on 24 comes on right at 6:30. So it just, I don't want to get super weird, but it's crazy, the timing, the similarities between you two. And it has kind of helped fill that void of grief for me. And I don't want to emotionally manipulate anyone.
You did, it's too late.
But I just want you to know that while shows might be for entertainment, I think yours is for enrichment. I think that it does entertain me, but it also fills my cup. And I know you don't know me from Adam, but there are people even in Illinois and across the world that I think your show means more than you'll ever probably realize. And so whenever the haters want to be haters, just please remember this call and all the other people that you touch, because I promise you it makes a bigger impact in our mornings and our lives than what sometimes people give you credit for. And so I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you.
We can't emotionally manipulate. But thank you for all that you do. I'll let you take another caller, but thank you so much for everything that you do. I genuinely appreciate it. And yeah, thank you.
Thanks. I can't say anything right now. I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, bye.
Thanks for calling 24 on 24.
It's far too early in my day to be emotionally manipulated by a woman on the internet. And I just wanted to get that out there. And I also just wanted to say great show today. But maybe a little less talking on camera, a little more watching old video, cutting some clips.
Yep.
Yeah. Fighting for justice. But I just want to say great show.
Good morning, Pat Ford.
Good morning.
The chat goes crazy. The chat goes crazy. Pat, I think you're the perfect person after that call, because I was going to go down a hole of crying. Can I just ask you a question?
Lay it on me.
My question is, what's your main objective here? I understand you're part of the Minifan universe. Kirk is kind of gone in MIA temporarily. Was your plan to always come into this free Karen Reed, free Turtle Boy, keep him out of jail movement, and be a chaos agent? What was your plan from the get?
Great question. And I'll take you back to a little phone call I had with Michael Montante earlier today, where he told me at the end of the phone call, he's like, I think I actually like listening to Just Machado now.
Jesus Christ.
Same thing. Christ, right? But my initial objective was Kirk's dying off. You know, him and I had beef. We're not friends anymore. Fine, whatever. Kind of go my separate way. But with him going away, I need a new place to spread my wings. Found this world, and listen, I respect bullying, and I like bullying. Some people even call me a bully. But when it's all in one direction and it's a pile-on, so I'm talking about this specific instance, then it just gets boring and it's stale and it's lazy. So easy to back you in this, but it was initially just to cause chaos, and it worked well beyond my wildest dreams.
You know that most people first heard of you when you came into Kim's chat and you said that Aiden was like a heroin addict, right?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, there was a misconception earlier about, I said he was like in recovery from heroin. The quote was that he was a heroin addict. I didn't say yeah, so I mean, listen, if I had a time machine, probably would have taken that one back and put Kimmy in some hot water, but listen.
Yes, it
What are
did.
you gonna do?
Listen, I know I tortured everybody today with the Cyberchick text messages. What's your take on
Like
cyber?
she's level-headed.
Yeah. You'd have her watch your kids, right?
Definitely, yeah. You would jab them with a needle full of fucking COVID vaccine. She's the worst. That lady's terrible. But it's kind of I think it's a win for you when the opposition, the people that hate you, are like, listen, everybody go subscribe to Cyberchick.
Yeah.
What I just said was I grabbed a paintbrush, painted the wall, and watched it dry for 2 hours, because that was more insane.
Were you in a walk-in closet last night because of my closet thing? Is that what you did, or was that where your wife put you last night?
That's just the setup, and that fucking snaggletooth kid beater got me too. So I was pissed about that. But no, that's just I rearranged my office. Yeah, I gotta get curtains or something.
Well, so let's talk about that before I let you go. You are starting a new show, and I know you're being like a little reluctant about like going all in on it, but you are doing a show.
Yeah, Fez and I have talked about this for quite some time. Where we live in a universe where Mike Crawford doesn't work. He just sits on it. Like that guy gets paid to have people listen to him. The broken baker has psychopaths sending him pocket pussies just because. If I don't find a way to capitalize on this, then me and Fez would just be stupid.
I mean, Kane.
So,
Hold that thought. Kane and Jessica Walsh, J7, have actually a good thing going, and she told me that she's been giving all of her money since she monetized to Turtle Boy, and I said, I can't believe you're not splitting that with Kane. Kane deserves a piece. So apparently, she's now going to keep her money and give half of it to Kane.
Well, listen, everybody needs a cocaine fund, so I'm glad that he's going to get something put in his pocket for his itch. But yeah, listen, everybody seems to like that show, and those two, I think they're both aides on the mic. But that's my opinion, so God bless them and go with God.
When is your show starting?
I have no idea. We have John from Scranton.
Oh.
Known heroin addict.
Yeah.
That one I'm not joking about. He would produce for us. I just got to get him in the loop.
Yep.
I gotta figure some stuff out in the back end. I made a kick-ass little picture, which I was really happy about.
It was great. Thank
you.
You got to get it going. People are thirsty for it. Just there's the scent of it, and they're ready. They're ready to go. You got to give it. Now's the time to strike because this grift is going to be over soon. So you need to get on it right away.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to move quickly. And just before I go, one final point, then I'm going to hang up the phone.
Of course.
It's now the third call-in show in a row. 3, 1, 2. I'm in the wrong lane. Fuck. Third call-in show in a row. Not one hater.
I know.
What's happening?
I don't know. I thought this was going to be called
in.
Fight Me. This is the segment. It's called Fight Me. And it's just everybody calling in and crying.
It's tragic.
I know.
It's tragic. But that was a very touching last call that you had.
It was. I'm glad you were. I actually could have declined your call and cried a little bit, but I knew it was going to be bad. So I ended with her and just took you right away. I knew it would be a good way to pivot from it.
I don't stand for manipulation.
Are you having a stroke? Are you stroking out?
Stroke? I'm driving, so if I have a stroke and you hear a crash, somebody call the police.
Emotional manipulation. Yeah.
I think my ADHD just kicked in. I did take my Ritalin this morning, so I'm hoping that starts working.
Don't forget your kids are in the car when you get out, please.
Oh, funny story. My kids were in the car when I was driving in, and we were pulling into school, and I think you said cunt or something along those lines.
Yes.
And my son said daddy, and I was like, don't go there. So I told him what cunt means. I pulled up a picture of the glare, and he got all scared. He started to cry. So anywho, I'm actually walking into a meeting right now, so I'm gonna hang up the old phone. But God bless you. God bless the bunnies.
God bless America.
Great week.
Thank you.
God bless America.
Thank you, Pat Ford.
Ta-ta.
Bye-bye. King Bunny in the call. I was going to say in the chat, he's just here. He's just such a wonderful gift to everybody. We're so lucky to have him. Thanks for calling 24 on 24.
He's just such a wonderful gift to everyone.
Hello.
Thanks for calling.
Hello. Oh boy. Hi. You got to lower your sound in the back.
I just turned it off.
Okay.
Now.
Hi.
This is the lurker.
Hi. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. I actually woke up to watch the show.
Thank you.
Because I work nights and everything, and I catch you on the replay.
Good. Thank you. And hello to the replay crew if you're listening now.
And all the time I find myself screaming at the TV.
Oh no, why?
Because I originally started watching YouTube because I'm basically computer illiterate.
Okay. Yep.
I'm one of those menopausal, older 61-year-old women.
Yep.
That
started watching it on my TV, watching What the Hells.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually started watching them.
Wait, watching who? Watching who?
What the Hells?
What the Hales?
What the Hell?
Okay.
HALES.
Okay.
He's an entrepreneur. He started out doing like storage wars type of
Okay. Yep.
like he did storage picking and all that.
Okay.
And he started filming, made a YouTube channel about it, and it started out with someone. Just to make a long story short, he was stalked by someone watching him on YouTube.
Yes.
Because he was so generous and, spent money on the town that he lives in and everything else. She stalked him to where he lived.
Okay. I don't like the way this is going.
Right. She stalked him to where he lived and bought a property across from his 75 acres. She bought an acre.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And tried to grift off of him.
Okay.
Okay. Then that's how it started. And then it ended up, being kind of content of his also.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Besides his, storage stuff and everything else and whatnot.
Okay.
And then here comes along, he started, she tried to get a restraining order on him. And all of a sudden, how I watched them for years.
Okay.
Okay. And Megan Fox and Tug and was, like helping them out on their, helping What the Hell.
Okay.
Okay. Out on, like what was going on.
Right.
Okay.
I'm following you.
And Megan Fox, great. You know what I mean? Like, loved her.
Okay.
I actually thought you reminded me in some ways of her. Do you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Because you were real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm following.
And yes, I know she does go hard on people. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But
I don't know. I've never watched any of her shows. I don't know. I'll take your word for it.
well, but she goes hard on people that like what she was going after, what they call Lynette.
Yes.
Okay, and
Okay.
everything and all that. She was commentating on his court case.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And she did like the Laura Owens thing.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
Okay.
So I was following all of them. Legal Vices, which was a wonderful man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Unfortunately, he passed. And actually, when he passed, I was really sad because, I really enjoyed watching them all. Shizzy,
Yes.
I really enjoyed watching them all.
Wait, hold on. I have to pause you for a second. I'm loving that I'm learning something here. However, you are losing me. I need you to tighten it up a little bit for me. You can call back another time, but I need give me the radio version of this because I fear.
All right. The short version is
Yes.
I felt that they were misunderstanding everything. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I felt they were misinformed of a lot of things.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I watched everything before, and I saw it coming when I saw Jimmy on the stream with MLS.
Okay.
doing the Legos.
Okay. Who's
Because
MLS?
the thing-
Who's MLS?
He's like a lawyer that's doing a Lego stream.
Okay, got it.
Tried to do a Lego stream with Jeremy.
Okay.
Hales in the background, and he got all mad, and I don't.
Got it. Okay, got
he
it.
Ended up in a big thing.
Got it.
I don't,
Okay.
I don't want to say too much about that because I really don't know what ended up transpiring.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
don't want to say anything wrong.
Okay, got it.
But I think, and by design, Turtle Boy said that he does nothing that is not by design.
Right.
And I think a lot of this ended up coming where, not Val, I got her in my head because I watched the thing last night.
Yep.
But, Jimmy was on the Lego stream with him. And then, of course, Jimmy's going to be the MC for Turtle Boys, Wilbur shows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there's that, real connection there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, some people I think were trying to separate you from Turtle Boy. Do you know what I mean? I mean, from Jimmy.
So let me pause you for a second because I do think this is actually a good point you're making, but I think it's getting a little away from us in the chat, is getting a little confused. But am I correct in saying that you have a deeper knowledge of the YouTube streets? You've watched other things happen. You've seen other creators. You've watched a lot of these players before. And what I'm getting at here is you said you kind of saw this coming from a mile away and you thought that this was all kind of by design. Is that what your point is?
Well, kind of some of it. I think by design, what I mean is when Jimmy went down to Tennessee and Galera was going down to Tennessee, and of course, Baker and all them were going down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything was happening with J7 at the time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think that Baker wanting to have someone available for when he came down for the Wilbur show that was supposed to be in February.
Yep.
He led, J7 along.
Well, it was,
in my opinion.
though that's not an opinion. That is fact. There was a very serious discussion, multiple discussions between the Doughboy and Jessica 7, and that she was going to have sex with him. And that was the whole thing was happening. Correct.
I understand that. And the reason I had that opinion myself was because I remember way back when he was going to go to Dollywood.
Yes.
And they were all having
I know contests about him to yes.
Contest, yeah. For him to have a date when he went to Dollywood.
Now let me interrupt you for a second. Let me interrupt you for a second. I thought
he was going to have sex.
Wait, hold on a second. I am in a very precarious situation right now on the interwebs, right? Everything I say and I do could be misconstrued, clipped, shared, and turned into something far bigger than what it is. I want to let you know I am resisting the urge to hang up on you because you cannot make a point fast enough. I love this, and I think you have a ton of information, but give me 2 quick points that we can end this call with. It's your floor. Give me 2 quick points. Ready, set, go.
After they went to Dollywood?
Yes. Whatever you choose.
I think they got in Turtle Boy's ear and had him take you down.
Okay, point 1, point 2, go.
And I think it's because he's afraid that you, or he's so mad that you didn't, how do I say this? That you didn't lie to him.
Great point.
That you didn't lie to him and get yourself in trouble with the FBI for illegal wiretapping.
What is your first name or whatever name you would like us to call you? Miriam, that is a wonderful way to end this call. It's been 11 minutes of you talking. The chat is ready to move on, but I'm not. Call back another time.
All right, honey.
Thanks, babe.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. But Miriam, you know we can't go on for 20 minutes. My God.
Yep. No, I know. Bye.
You want to call back tomorrow? Call back tomorrow.
All right. honey.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. All right, let's take this next call. Hi, thanks for calling 24 on 24.
Oh my God, this is Leroy. I'm telling you, I'm ready to get a rope and hang myself from that call.
Bo,
Oh my God.
Bo, I am so glad you called.
Anyway, I've noticed that the people like me, and I'm sure they'd rather listen to me than.
They do like you.
Oh my God, you stayed on that line way too long.
Well, the only reason I said is because it's rough out in these streets, Bo. And if I start going and flipping tables like people wanted me to and pulled a montante, people would be losing their shit. So I had to let her cook.
I ran outside, I flipped my boat, I came back in, I went down, I went over again.
You flipped your boat. All right, Bo, give us your take today. What do we need to know today? Tell us.
Well, I don't know, because I've been mowing the lawn.
Okay.
And I just came in, and this woman was going on and on and on. I was like, well, this is like the never-ending slinky. It just doesn't end. Oh, my God.
Leroy, Bo, I have to ask you a question before I take this too far. Are you an African-American man, yes or no?
I am an African-American man. Yes, you know what they say about us black boys.
Now, my next question is, do you think that Valerie is an African-American female?
Could go 50-50. I have no idea.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. The floor is yours, Bo.
Well, I haven't been keeping up. I will have to go back and watch some of the clips because I've been out pushing the lawnmower.
You said that already.
I go bass fishing. I did get very lucky yesterday with the bass.
Oh, you did? You did? You caught a bass?
Yeah, I did. And then the craziest thing happened. I was out there and I did have a fish on, and a bald eagle came swooping down and grabbed that fish. Right up my line.
First of all, you're giving us two information. The chat is going to figure out what part of the country you live in at this point because there's no bald eagles around here, Bo.
There are bald eagles around here. I live in Massachusetts, and I can tell you right now, there are bald eagles everywhere.
You think?
I don't think I know. I see them every day.
Are you married?
No, I wouldn't do that, no.
Are you, do you have a man in your life?
A man?
Don't say that. We are on the last day of Pride Month. Don't act that way.
I can tell you about Pride Month. Why the fuck they get a whole month? That's retarded.
Oh my God.
A whole month for Pride. Who is a rat ass who's like doing what the who? I don't care. They're gonna have a Pride Month. I demand a straight Pride Month. I'm gonna be getting my t-shirt. Now I'm looking at a bald eagle right now. Look at it swimming around.
Do you want a heterosexual month? Do you need a hetero month?
Listen, I ain't into sodomy. Sorry, I ain't doing that shit.
That is not, listen, we're almost done. It's the last day. You can't be offended if I ask you if you're gay. There's no reason to be offended by that. There's something wrong with you.
I am happy, but I ain't gay. Okay?
Is this Cyberchick?
I'm not familiar with Cyberchick.
Okay.
All I know is my name is Leroy. You can call me Bo. Short for Robo.
We gave you that nickname. Well, wait, I can't remember. Did you suggest it? I think
you wanted to know. I said you can call me Robo because I was looking at a rowboat at the time, showing it to Bo. Showing it to Bo. Anyway, I just want to say, that call, I'm sure she was a nice lady and whatnot.
She was.
I can tell you my brain was like inside my head, bouncing against my skull. Boom, boom, boom. Anymore. I was like looking at the chat and I'm thinking, these people are right. Just end this.
I wanted to be polite and she was a first-time caller. I can't. If I look, I got rid of her. I did. And she is wonderful, but we can't do 11-minute calls. By the way, you're on 4 minutes. How would you like to end this call? What else do you want to bring to the chat today? They love you, by the way. The boat emojis are flowing in the chat.
Oh, that's very nice. Well, I can tell you right now, if you were to go to your local town meeting, they give you like 90 seconds, then bing, 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 bing. They make you get off the stage. So ain't nobody got to have 11 minutes. And I think we'll close mine out right now. But I just want to say hi, goodbye, hi, bye.
I have no idea who that is. It is always on private when they call. But I kind of felt like, I don't know, the emoji bestie. I would like it if you could make a boat emoji for us, please. It's obvious we need it. Hi, thanks for calling 24 on 24. You're next.
Oh, thanks, Jess. And I wanted to say how proud I am of you, your confidence, you standing up to what's going down on you.
Thank you.
I am just overwhelmed that, yes, we have strong women out there, and yes, you're one of them. And I have been on the YouTube streets for well over, I'd say 10 years.
What?
Yeah, not that I'm not a creator.
Okay.
I couldn't spend $300 a month to have TV running into my house.
Okay.
I went to Wi-Fi.
Yep.
I streamed in everything the kids needed, I needed.
Yep.
And I've watched the glare since day one.
Okay.
He came into the Karen Reed movement with 27,000 subscribers.
Right.
This is after years of crime community where I come from.
Okay.
I watched all the crime channels. I watched Stephanie Harlow.
Okay.
I watched all the trials. I've seen trials since O.J. Simpson.
Okay.
And
you're selling me on this. You're selling me. I believe you. It sounds like you know exactly what these streets have been like. I'm invested. Tell me more.
I'm exactly why I'm not going to give you my name, because
Okay.
I have different devices. They all come to me.
Okay.
I have different names that come up, including my own.
Okay.
And I know how they attack people, even the call-ins.
Okay. All right.
Even the people that have information.
Okay. So what you're saying is you're aware of how it can go. This is a burner number. This is a burner name. We know nothing about you, but you're an OG. You know everything. You're a lurker.
Yes, and I've been in the Karen Reed community since day one.
Okay.
That's how I found everyone here.
Okay.
Including Turtle Boy. I never saw him before.
Okay. All right. So go
And
back
I
on to what
watched
we
the
used.
glare came in.
Yes.
And I warned everybody, do not trust him. He will bring this community down.
Really?
It's in there. If you go back in time, there's warnings out there. There's warnings to Jimmy. There's warnings to a few other creators, Melanie Little. Of course, Melanie Little doesn't get into all
She
the-
doesn't.
the-
Right. Right.
Right. And that's the good way to be, because she is such a great trial attorney, explaining everything, because she was new when the Karen Reed movement came. And I'm her subscriber too, because she's so good.
Well, I'm intrigued now. So you've given us a little history about what you are a part of, where you've been. Talk to me about what's happening to me. I'd like somebody who's kind of like an OG out here giving your take on what is happening to me right now.
Well, Will and TB are best of friends. And Will is teaching TB his way of the YouTube streets, which BX is exposing. It's all there.
Okay.
So, and Will is an alcoholic who abused his special needs child. And I watched all that go down years ago.
Can I say that's alleged?
You can say it's alleged, but he admitted it on a BX show.
Right.
Multiple years ago. BX has that.
I heard that. I heard him on it. He said that he did put his hands on his son. Was he arrested for that? Charged with that? What happened with that?
He was charged with it, but I believe it became a family court matter, and you can't get those things.
Right. Okay. Do you like my show?
But
normally, did you like my show
it.
before all of this? Did you?
Oh, yes. I'm a subscriber of yours.
Okay.
I've been on since you started.
Okay.
I like the fact that you are you and different than everybody else.
Okay.
That I don't only watch the crime community.
Yep.
I watch Pickers.
Okay.
I love Stephanie Harlow.
Yeah.
And Derek Lavasser with her Crime Weekly.
Okay.
And I watch, this is what I watch.
Okay.
I watch what I choose to watch.
Do you
And-
think I'm going to make it past
I know
this?
you're going to make it because you don't back down. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. You don't back down. And that song, so fitting for you. Go and listen to the tune.
Okay.
And that is you.
Okay. I will.
And I'm going to let you go because
Okay.
you have so many other callers. But I so respect you. I'm so proud of you. Keep being you. I want you to watch you.
Thank you. Thanks for this call. Call back again.
I will.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye. Holy moly. I'm interested. I know that for the sake of this show, we can't go forever with these calls, but I'm very interested in some of these women and what they're saying. Hi, thanks for calling 24 and 24.
Hi. How
Hi.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, first thing is, all these callers, are they from like down south or what?
I don't know. I know I can tell a lot of these numbers are burner numbers. The numbers are all a little weird.
Oh my God, these people. They're all from down south. Seriously, I can't take it.
Why?
I just can't. I can't.
Wait,
Maybe
why?
I'm a racist.
Why don't you like down south?
I can't.
I know, but I'm asking you why.
They're too slow. They're too slow. They talk way too slow. They don't get to the point.
Oh, I
Do
see.
not get to the point.
Things are a little bit more fast paced up here. Where are you calling from?
Oh, honey, I'm at your back door.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But what I wanted to touch on is actually from the beginning of your show, somebody was talking about basically when a mother doesn't work and they're home with the children.
Yes.
And everyone is, has something to say about it.
Mhm.
And even if you work or you don't work, the only person or the only people that you have to atone to are your children.
Right.
If you have children.
Right.
That is it. That is the only opinion that matters.
Right. I agree. I say all the time that sometimes like these things get crazy out here and I fall back on like what's my relationship with my children, the things that are the most important to me, right? My family. And it's solid. It's more than solid. It's wonderful. You know what I mean? I love my kids love me, but it's more than that. You know what I mean? Like I have really wonderful relationships with my kids and they're all doing well. So I don't know. It's hard to think about that a lot of times, but you're right. Like that is really all that matters. I do say all the time, I almost don't even care about myself sometimes. It's more about like my kids, you know what I mean? Like getting them set up for success. I actually don't care. I have all these failures behind me. I don't care about the repos, the bad credit, the foreclosures, none of that shit. I would care if my kids had those things. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to make sure that they don't. That's it. I mean, everything else doesn't really even matter. Nothing else really matters. I mean, the money is wonderful because it allows me to do more for my family, and not be so stressed. And I think about like being able to do so much for Julia's wedding and all of these things are great. And I love the community and I love talking to people. I really do love it, but it gets a little crazy out here for sure. But the kids are really all that matters, my family.
That is it.
Yeah.
End of the day.
Yep.
That's what matters, dear.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I could see everybody in the chat going crazy that they're like, oh my God, I'm Southerner and this and that. Relax. Don't get your
It's not that serious, everybody. We're going to be okay. We're going to be
Don't
okay.
get your bloomers in a twist. You're going to be fine.
Everybody's going to be fine. Thanks for a great call.
Bye.
Have a great day. All right, besties. We are approaching the 4-hour mark of the show. It's 11:15. We started this at 7:30. I think it's been a great show. There are a couple of things that we're going to need to go over. So let's start doing that before we get going.
Who can send a text message full of hot demands? Pretend he's so strong with the words he sends. The doughboy can. The doughboy can. Who can open up my box using his thick man hands? thank me for all my gifts in front of all of his friends. The dope boy can. The dope boy can. Who can play pretend online? Tell you he's in love. Use you up and shut you out right when he's had enough. Ooh, the dope boy can. The dope boy can. Apologize to him because that's just what he needs. Bow at his feet and beg, no fleshlights please. Who can tell a lie and then a couple more? Paddle his way into your heart. You're just a crazy whore. The dope boy can. If the dope boy can.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Okay, here's a couple of things. These are all of the things we need to kind of tighten up here. Number one, this is a new format. We are on day 2 of this, okay? I do not know if this is working or not, okay? I'm not sure. I would like to think that it is. I think so far everything has been fine, right? I think. I'm not sure. What I need is your opinion. So let me get our email up on the screen. Now, this is jessiecab0315@gmail.com. I'm going to put it on the screen. Well, that kind of cut it off. Why are these words so big? Let's make it smaller. Let's change it. Yeah. Okay. So that's my Gmail, jessiecab0315@gmail.com. I would like you to just send me a message. 3 things you like about the new format, 3 things you don't like about the new format. Okay. I just need that. You need a Montante flipping a table emoji. The reason people are talking about that in the chat is because last night at the end of Nurse Kim's show, they were getting ready to end and he just stood up and it looked like he flipped the table. It was actually hysterical, but I see what people are saying. Send me 3 things you like about the new format, 3 things you don't like. We need to revisit this. We need to tweak it. We need to change it. I will say this, phone calls are my favorite part of it. I don't think there's going to be a shortage of them. I literally just declined 4 calls that just came through, even though I told you we weren't taking calls anymore. And I think the more people feel comfortable with calling, we're going to have some like great conversations. Radio, old school radio, AM radio, sports radio, talk radio, political radio. It is the callers. It is that missing interaction that I think is really one of my favorite parts of having the show in the office. I am glad we have it. I hope everybody says it's a part that they love because I'd have a hard time getting rid of it. But the chat is great. The chat is there for people that want to chat. Super chats are there for people who want to make sure that their voices are actually heard and their statements are being read by everybody. Callers are a different group. It's a different animal if you can't figure it out, right? It's a different animal. And so I think it's one of the best parts about the show. We did want to have some structure, like we were going to have like these bookends. I have some ads. I haven't even read those yet. We wanted to kind of stick with these topics and stay on topic for like every half hour. We got to work on that, but we're just warming up. I'm trying to feel things out. I need to change my studio a little bit. This was built for being on camera. We're not on camera, so we need to build this so that it's a little bit more comfortable. I need some things. I need another screen. I'm gonna buy a monitor and get another screen going. I actually tested out my microphone. I'm not sure, but I kind of like this. We're going to try the other microphone tomorrow, and then you can let me know. But for now, there's that. Number 2, if you feel safe, if you feel like it's okay and people aren't going to come at you, please share this on whatever platform you are listening it to. Obviously, it's YouTube, but share it on Facebook, share it on X. I'm not on there anymore. So just do me a favor and share. Today is the last day of the month. It has been the worst emotional professional month ever emotionally. If we take the emotion out of it and start being an absolute pussy, it has been a fantastic month. Every single solitary thing has been up, 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 except for subs, which keep going down, 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 but it doesn't seem to make a difference about anything at all. And so I'm feeling better. I'm feeling happier. I'm feeling stronger. And I do want to apologize for not leaning into this community more. I was so overcome with hate that was being said towards me and shared towards me, and the haters and their comments and their streams and their pictures and the LOL cow thing. And I was so focused on that. I wasn't looking at what was right in front of me for the past 2-3 weeks, which was people who support the show, love the show, and need the show screaming at me and saying, we are here. We want you here. We need you here. And I knew it was there, and maybe I just took it for granted during those days. Like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But did you hear that this person did a stream about me again? And there's no way we're walking into the fucking month of July with that kind of energy. 2 days worth of phone calls are enough for me to realize, on top of the messages, the texts, the comments, the everything, that everybody who is here because they want to be. And to the caller who shared her story about me filling that space that she had with her mom, that will, you said it, think about that every time. That will forever be something I think about on days where I think I'm not going to get up and I'm not going to do this. I can't have you alone every day without your mom or me. So we are going to push through every single fucking day, and there will be more of you. So be welcoming to the new people that find us from all the hate streams. Be kind to them, like I know that you will be. We can definitely be bitches. We can definitely be cunts. We can definitely shit talk and gossip. We can do all those things. But fuck these people who made me think that I wasn't a good person. Fuck these people who made me think that I was anything less than them. Fuck these people who made me think that I wasn't a good mom, that I wasn't a good wife, that I wasn't a good friend, that I wasn't a good person in this community. Fuck you people for making me think that I wasn't good at this, because you know, I know, and your dad knows that I.
Who can send a text message full of hot demands? Pretend he's so strong with the words he sends. The doughboy can. The doughboy can. Who can open up my box using his thick man hands? Thank me for all my gifts in front of all of his friends. The doughboy can. The doughboy can. Who can play pretend online, tell you he's in love, use you up and shut you out right when he's had enough. The doughboy can. The doughboy can. Apologize to him because that's just what he needs. Bow at his feet and beg, no fleshlights please. Who can tell a lie and then a couple more? Battle his way into your heart. You're just a crazy whore. The doughboy can. The doughboy can.